Happy new month and welcome to the grand finale of the year, December. As we step into this season of joy, reflection, and celebration, let us anchor ourselves in the eternal truth from Galatians 6:7. Be not deceived, God is not mocked, for whatsoever a man soweth, that shall he also reap. For many, December is a time of light, warmth, and connection. Yet, for those who have sown seeds of malice, envy, or deceit, it's shaping up to be a reckoning, a season where the darkness they cultivated returns to overshadow their lives. While you're basking in blessings, they're grappling with the consequences of their own choices. Their holiday season? Let's just say it's less about joy and more about chaos. The energy they invested in dimming your light has circled back, leaving them in a void of their own creation. This isn't mere karma. It's cosmic justice unfolding with a holiday twist. Today, we're diving into how this season of celebration has turned into an unrelenting nightmare for those who dared to come against a chosen one. Stay tuned, because by the end of this, you'll not only understand the cosmic balance at work, but also feel empowered to embrace your season of triumph with gratitude and peace. The holidays are a time of reflection, a season that forces everyone to sit with the choices they've made throughout the year. For your enemies, this means facing a reckoning they can no longer escape. For months, they may have schemed, gossiped, and plotted against you, comforted by the illusion that their actions carried no consequences. But life has a way of catching up, and this December, they're reaping what they've sown. Their relationships are strained as those around them begin to see through their facade. Financial struggles mount, not because of bad luck, but because of misplaced priorities and chaotic energy. Their mental peace? Shattered. Every quiet moment becomes a battle against the haunting realization that their negativity has backfired spectacularly. While you thrive in a space of gratitude and growth, their world feels hollow. Every smile they fake, every holiday carol they hear is a cruel reminder of how far they've fallen. The holiday season amplifies everything, including regret, and for them, it's a glaring spotlight on their failures. Your enemies comforted themselves with the belief that you would remain stuck, defeated, or irrelevant. But the holidays have a way of exposing the truth, and your undeniable glow-up is now the one thing they can't escape. Every milestone you've achieved, every success you've celebrated is a loud declaration of their failure to sabotage you. It's not just envy they feel, it's the harsh realization that their efforts only sharpened your focus and fueled your rise. Mutual friends and social circles can't stop talking about your accomplishments. Your wins are plastered across social media, shining brighter than any holiday lights. Even their thoughts betray them, replaying scenes of your triumphs over and over. The most painful part for them? They now realize they played an unintentional role in your success. The obstacles they put in your path became stepping stones for your growth. And while you rise effortlessly, radiating peace and confidence, they remain stuck in the same place, spinning their wheels and choking on their own bitterness. Karma doesn't follow human timelines, but its precision is flawless. It waits, quietly accumulating momentum, until the perfect moment to strike. Your enemies spent the year believing they'd escape the consequences of their actions. They whispered lies, planted seeds of doubt, and tried to dim your light, while believing they had escaped accountability. But as the holiday season unfolds, karma arrives, delivering reality checks with poetic precision. The very traps they laid for you have turned on them. Plans they crafted to hinder your progress are now the chains binding them. Financial struggles creep in like an unwelcome guest, fracturing the facade of stability they once flaunted. Relationships they once neglected or manipulated begin to crumble under the weight of their deceit. Unexpected setbacks, missed opportunities, failed ventures, and sudden losses strike at the moments they most desperately need calm and clarity. As the world around them celebrates joy and connection, they are quietly unraveling. The irony? They're forced to witness your blessings in full bloom. Everything they tried to block for you now flourishing in abundance. Every accomplishment of yours, every smile, Every instance of peace and progress serves as a stark reminder of their failure to hold you back. This holiday season, karma isn't just balancing the scales, it's shining a spotlight on the truth. You've risen above their efforts, and they're left grappling with the darkness they created. Your energy was their lifeline, even if they never admitted it. Whether it was through manipulation, criticism, or simply being in your orbit, they thrived on siphoning your light to fill their own voids. They masked their reliance with pride, never admitting how much they needed you to distract from their own insecurities. But this year, you withdrew. And not in anger or revenge. You did it calmly and deliberately, choosing peace over toxicity. You didn't argue, explain, or engage in their chaos. You simply stepped away. That quiet retreat was more profound than any confrontation, leaving them to grapple with the one thing they couldn't prepare for: your absence. Now, without you, their world feels smaller, colder, and more unstable. The insecurities they once projected onto you now loom larger in the silence you left behind. They scramble to find replacements, seeking validation through new friendships, distractions, or superficial connections. But nothing works. Because your energy wasn't just unique, it was irreplaceable. It brought warmth, perspective, and a grounding presence they could never replicate. What's worse for them is that your withdrawal wasn't born from malice but self-respect, making it impossible for them to justify their actions. In your absence, they're forced to confront themselves, stripped of the support, attention, and emotional supply they once took for granted. That emptiness feels like a punishment they never anticipated, leaving them to wonder how they let something so vital slip away. Your decision to withdraw wasn't just a step toward your peace, it was the mirror that forced them to face their own lack. The holiday season is merciless for those who hide behind facades. All year long, they work tirelessly to project an image of success, happiness, and control. To the outside world, they appeared polished and confident, but the weight of their pretense begins to crumble under the warm, revealing glow of December. Family gatherings and social events become unrelenting mirrors, reflecting the gaps in their carefully constructed stories. Forced smiles fail to hide the emptiness in their eyes. Tales of success, once delivered with practiced ease, now sound hollow, failing to convince even the most casual listener. As the festive atmosphere encourages openness and connection, the people around them start noticing the cracks. Inconsistencies become impossible to ignore, and the polished mask they've worn so confidently all year begins to slip. The truths they worked so hard to bury rise to the surface. The relationships they sabotaged, the bridges they burned, and the lies they wove come back to haunt them piece by piece. What was once hidden is now glaringly obvious, leaving them exposed. Isolation becomes their uninvited companion as they face the harsh reality that the image they created can no longer shield them from the truth. Forgiveness is one of the most powerful acts of strength, but for those expecting retaliation, it's deeply unsettling. When you chose to rise above their schemes and release the weight of their actions, you didn't just free yourself. You placed them in a prison of their own guilt. They may have prepared for arguments, counterattacks, or attempts at revenge, but your calm grace was something they never anticipated. By refusing to engage in their drama, you stripped away their ability to justify their behavior. Without your anger or resistance to blame, they can no longer position you as the problem or use conflict to validate their actions. What remains is the unfiltered truth, the reality of what they've done, staring them in the face without distraction or excuse. This truth becomes unbearable during a season centered on peace, reflection, and goodwill. The warmth of the holidays only magnifies the coldness within them, forcing them to confront the darkness of their own choices. Your forgiveness wasn't just an act of release, it was a mirror, one that reflects their pettiness, jealousy, and deceit in stark clarity. And in that silence, they're left haunted, realizing that the only battle they're fighting now is with themselves. Your absence carries a weight and finality that no confrontation ever could. For those who built their identity around opposing you, whether through envy, criticism, or subtle sabotage, the realization that you've moved on is nothing short of devastating. They thrived on the conflict, feeding off every reaction, every disagreement, and every moment of attention they managed to extract from you. For them, your energy, whether it was positive or defensive, became a validation of their relevance. Now that you've chosen to step away, their carefully constructed world begins to unravel. They're left with a void that feels impossibly vast, and they don't know how to fill it. This emptiness isn't just about missing the dynamic they once shared with you. It's the stark realization of how much they relied on your presence to distract from their own inner turmoil. Their fixation on you was never truly about who you are. It was about how you made them feel about themselves. You were a mirror, reflecting back their insecurities, shortcomings, and unresolved struggles. By focusing on you, they could avoid looking inward and confronting the parts of themselves they didn't want to face. But now, without you, that mirror is gone, and they're forced to see their reflection unfiltered. Without someone to criticize, provoke, or measure themselves against, they're left with the uncomfortable truth of their own irrelevance. The silence you've left behind is deafening, and it speaks to the power of your decision to prioritize peace over pointless battles. In stepping away, you didn't just reclaim your energy. You also left them to grapple with the emptiness they've created, one they can no longer blame on you. The holidays have a funny way of revealing hidden truths. For your enemies, this season becomes a nightmare, as the secrets they thought were safely buried start bubbling to the surface. It could be something as small as a slip of the tongue during dinner or an offhand comment that sparks suspicion. Gossip spreads quickly at holiday parties, and whispers become louder as people start piecing together inconsistencies in their stories. The image of success, happiness, or moral superiority they carefully constructed throughout the year begins to crumble. Their lies no longer hold up under scrutiny, and their deceptions catch up with them in real time. The result? Embarrassment that's impossible to hide, isolation as others pull away, and the harsh realization that their web of deceit is unraveling faster than they can manage. During a season meant for reflection and connection, they're instead consumed by the consequences of their actions. Their mask falls, and with it, the illusion they fought so hard to uphold, leaving them exposed and alone in the spotlight of truth. The universe is guided by principles of balance, and this season, it's realigning the scales with precision. For those who have sown seeds of malice, deceit, or negativity, the holidays are becoming a reckoning rather than a time of joy. No amount of distractions, whether through lavish shopping sprees, extravagant parties, or over-the-top festivities, can hide the quiet judgment that is now catching up with them. Physical and emotional stress begin to manifest in ways they can't ignore. Sleepless nights, unexplained fatigue, and nagging anxieties creep in, reflecting the turmoil they've spent so much energy trying to mask. Financial strain surfaces too. Unexpected expenses, dwindling resources, or failed ventures highlight the consequences of misplaced priorities. Relationships that once seemed stable now crack under the weight of unspoken tensions, unresolved betrayals, or years of neglect. This isn't just karma, it's the universe working to restore balance, ensuring they face the harvest of their own actions. The negativity they've put into the world returns to them, amplified, forcing them to confront the consequences they once thought they could escape. During a season meant for peace and reflection, they are instead burdened with the weight of what they've sown, unable to avoid the scales of justice being tipped back into equilibrium. Your success is the ultimate disruption to their carefully crafted narratives. For years, they worked tirelessly to portray you as incapable, unworthy, or destined to fail, weaving stories designed to diminish your value in the eyes of others. They clung to these falsehoods, using them to elevate their own image and gain sympathy or favor in social circles. But now, your undeniable achievements are dismantling their lies piece by piece. Every milestone you've reached, every victory you've celebrated, shines a glaring light on the truth, leaving no room for their deceptions to thrive. Mutual friends, family, and colleagues begin to notice the stark contrast between their claims and your reality. The version of you they tried to sell doesn't align with the confident, successful person standing before everyone today. As your glow becomes impossible to ignore, their credibility starts to crumble. The seeds of doubt they planted about you now grow against them, eroding the trust they once manipulated so skillfully. Those who once believed their stories begin to question their motives, leaving your enemies exposed, while your success speaks louder than any defense you could ever offer. The festive season is a time of connection, warmth, and shared joy. But for your enemies, it becomes a glaring reminder of the emptiness they've created for themselves. While others gather around tables filled with laughter, love, and meaningful conversations, they're left confronting the consequences of their actions. The relationships they sabotaged, the trust they broke, and the love they neglected now leave them isolated in a season that thrives on togetherness. Every moment of celebration they witness feels like a painful contrast to their reality. The bridges they burned in their quest for control or superiority now stand as stark reminders of the support and connection they've lost. Friends who once stood by them have grown distant, tired of their negativity or manipulation. Family members, weary of their deceit, have chosen peace over confrontation. Even their superficial relationships feel hollow, unable to fill the void of genuine connection. No amount of decorations, extravagant celebrations, or gifts can mask the loneliness that hangs heavy in their hearts. The season meant for joy instead amplifies the silence around them, forcing them to reckon with the choices that have left them on the outside looking in. The ultimate reckoning for your enemies is not just facing the consequences of their actions, it's being forced to witness your blessings unfold. Every milestone you reach, every joyful moment you share, and every step forward in your journey becomes a vivid reminder of their failure to hold you back. They can't avoid it, no matter how much they try. Your success is everywhere, shining brighter with each passing day. Mutual friends talk about your achievements with admiration. Your glow is unmistakable in social settings, and your progress is undeniable. It's not just that you've risen above their efforts to tear you down, it's that you've thrived in ways they never imagined possible. While they struggle in a season of chaos, dealing with setbacks, strained relationships, and internal turmoil, you are stepping into a season of triumph. This stark contrast is inescapable for them. Every holiday celebration, every cheerful post, and every mention of your success feels like a spotlight on their inability to dim your light. It's a reality they're forced to live with, one that shows them the true power of resilience and grace. While their negativity consumed them, it only fueled your rise. And now they're left watching from the sidelines as you thrive. This holiday season isn't about revenge, it's about balance, the natural order of the universe restoring what is right. While your enemies grapple with the weight of their choices, you're stepping boldly into a future illuminated by light, peace, and purpose. Every challenge you faced, every obstacle you overcame, has prepared you for this moment. Now is the time to celebrate your resilience. Honor the growth that came from your struggles and the strength that carried you through. This is your season to shine, to cherish the blessings you've earned, and to embrace the limitless possibilities that lie ahead. And remember, the best is yet to come. If this message resonates with you, please subscribe to our channel, because together, we're rising to new heights of purpose and greatness. Let's move forward in unity and power, ready to conquer what's next. Let this sink in for a moment. December 2024 isn't just another month on the calendar, it's a divine appointment. Scientists tell us that avalanches often begin with small shifts, subtle tremors that release massive, unstoppable energy. Sound familiar? That's exactly what's about to unfold in your life. You've sensed it, haven't you? the tension in the air, the quiet before the storm, the feeling that something big, life-changing, is about to happen. But here's the spoiler. This isn't a storm of problems. It's a downpour of blessings so abundant you'll need a spiritual umbrella to catch it all. If you're wondering, why now? Why me? Let me tell you this. The universe has been working overtime, orchestrating this very moment. It's as if everything has been waiting for you to finally believe in yourself. The avalanche is coming. Whether you're ready or not, your life is about to shift. The preparation? Every trial, every moment of doubt, every silent battle, it all served a purpose. Now buckle up, chosen ones. December is about to rain miracles, and you're sitting in the front row of a celestial show unlike anything you've ever seen. Think back to the darkest nights of your life. Those sleepless hours, the betrayals, the rejections. They weren't random. Life wasn't trying to break you. It was forging you. Every painful moment was a tool carving you into someone extraordinary. And extraordinary blessings require extraordinary people. The universe didn't put you through trials to punish you. It was positioning you. You see, the blessings coming your way aren't just a reward. They're a response. A response to your resilience when it felt like the world was against you. A response to the moments you stood firm when giving up seemed easier. Every tear you shed in silence, every time you chose faith over fear, every step you took in darkness, they weren't wasted. They were seeds planted in fertile soil, now ready to bloom. The struggles weren't just external, they were internal, reshaping your mindset, building your resilience, and teaching you patience. What's coming isn't just for your joy, it's cosmic confirmation that everything you endured was worth it. This avalanche of blessings, it's not karma, it's divine correction. It's the universe saying, you've passed the test, and now it's your time. Your energy has shifted profoundly, and whether you've realized it yet or not, you've become magnetic. This transformation didn't happen overnight. It's the culmination of countless intentional choices, choosing to protect your peace when chaos surrounded you, releasing negativity that no longer served you, and realigning your focus on what truly matters. Each decision, each moment of inner work has elevated your vibration, creating a force so powerful it is now pulling blessings into your life with unstoppable momentum. The principle is simple yet profound. Energy attracts energy. The work you've done internally, healing wounds, nurturing faith, building resilience, has begun to manifest externally. For months, perhaps even years, you labored in silence, pouring yourself into personal growth without applause, recognition, or even visible results. It may have felt like nothing was happening, but beneath the surface everything was shifting. And now, the shift is complete. You've aligned yourself so deeply with abundance that the universe has no choice but to respond. Blessings aren't random, they're drawn to alignment. And here's the beauty of it. You've stopped chasing what was never meant for you, letting go of empty pursuits and dead ends. In doing so, you've created space for what was always destined to find you. That space is now being filled with divine opportunities, meaningful relationships, and life-altering breakthroughs. You've tuned your energy to the frequency of abundance, and now it's broadcasting loud and clear, pulling everything that resonates with your newfound vibration toward you. December 2024 isn't just another month on the calendar. It's the culmination of your alignment, your patience, and your persistence. This is your moment, and the blessings coming your way are just the beginning. Every silent battle you've endured has been a stepping stone, laying the foundation for victories so monumental that they'll echo far beyond your wildest dreams. Those nights when your tears fell unseen, the sacrifices you made that went unappreciated, and the pain you carried alone, they were not in vain. Each moment of struggle was chiseling away at the outdated, the unnecessary, the things that no longer served you. It was shaping you, refining you, and making room for the new. The world may not have noticed your battles, but the victories on the horizon will be impossible to ignore. This isn't about revenge or proving anyone wrong. It's about divine justice. The universe, ever watchful, saw every effort, every ounce of faith you mustered when the odds were stacked against you. And now, it's turning your trials into triumphs. The blessings heading your way aren't just personal rewards. They're living proof of the transformative power of perseverance and faith. For too long, your struggles went unnoticed. But the time has come for your rise to take center stage. Those who doubted you, who overlooked your pain, will have no choice but to witness the magnitude of your success. Not because you're seeking their approval, but because the sheer brilliance of what you're stepping into will leave them awestruck. The silent battles are over, and the loud victories have arrived. This is your season, not just to thrive, but to inspire, to show others what it means to endure and to emerge stronger, brighter, and more radiant than ever before. The time for hiding your strength is over. The world is about to see what resilience, faith, and divine timing can truly accomplish. This avalanche of blessings is not meant to be quiet or understated. It's meant to be loud, overwhelming, and absolutely undeniable. The impact will be so profound that those who doubted you, who whispered behind your back, and who underestimated your potential, will have no choice but to watch in stunned silence. What's about to unfold in your life defies explanation, and that's by design. It's a divine demonstration of what happens when preparation, resilience, and divine favor collide. For too long, your silence was mistaken for weakness. Your humility was misinterpreted as a lack of ambition, and your patience was seen as inaction. What they couldn't see, however, was the foundation you were carefully building in secret. Brick by brick, you fortified your faith, nurtured your dreams, and cultivated a strength that only grows in the unseen places. Now, the blessings that have been quietly stacking up are ready to come crashing down in one unstoppable, breathtaking surge. This isn't about proving anyone wrong or rubbing your success in anyone's face. It's about reclaiming the narrative others tried to write for you. The very qualities they thought disqualified you, your quiet determination, your ability to rise above drama, your unwavering trust in divine timing, are the ones that set you apart. Your rise is not just a personal victory, it's a lesson, a testimony, and a statement. It's proof that doubting a chosen one is always a losing game. The avalanche of blessings will not only lift you higher, but also reveal the truth to everyone watching. Greatness is often cultivated in silence, and when it emerges, it is impossible to ignore. Most people find themselves chasing either wealth or peace, believing that the two are mutually exclusive. Few ever achieve both, but for you, chosen one, December 2024 marks a turning point, a rare and extraordinary moment where financial prosperity and spiritual depth converge. You've spent years building a foundation so strong, so deeply rooted in purpose, that it can now support the immense abundance flowing your way. This season isn't just about material wealth, it's about alignment. Abundance without purpose feels hollow, a fleeting satisfaction that quickly fades. On the other hand, spirituality without stability can leave one feeling isolated, longing for security. But you've mastered both. You've done the inner work, trusted the process, and stayed true to your higher calling. Now, you're stepping into a season where peace and prosperity flow together effortlessly. The financial success coming your way will feel different. It won't bring the anxiety or emptiness that often accompanies chasing material gains. Instead, it will be deeply rooted in your inner peace, guided by divine timing, and overflowing with meaningful purpose. It won't feel like a reward for chasing success. It will feel like a natural byproduct of your alignment with your true self. Your life will soon become undeniable proof that true abundance isn't about sacrificing one for the other. It's about harmonizing both. As you thrive, you will inspire others to redefine what abundance means. They'll look to you and see that wealth and peace are not opposites but complementary forces. Through your example, they'll realize that a life of true prosperity is one where the soul and the bank account are equally full, radiating balance and fulfillment. The loneliness you endured was never meaningless. Though it may have felt like punishment, it was the opposite. It was preparation for the incredible season ahead. Isolation was the universe's way of breaking ties that no longer served you, stripping away everything and everyone that wasn't aligned with your purpose. It wasn't designed to hurt you, but to clear the clutter, to make space for something far greater than you could have imagined. In those quiet moments, when the silence felt heavy and the days felt endless, you faced yourself. You confronted your deepest fears, uncovered hidden strengths, and dug into the core of who you truly are. Without distractions, you found clarity. Without the noise of the world, you rediscovered your voice. Toxic relationships fell away, false support revealed itself, and draining environments could no longer hold you. What once felt like abandonment was, in truth, divine intervention, protecting you from pouring your energy into things that weren't meant for your future. Now, the space created by that isolation is being filled. Divine connections, aligned opportunities, and blessings tailor-made for your journey are rushing into your life. The void you once feared has become fertile ground for everything you've been waiting for. This period of isolation wasn't just preparation, it was protection. It shielded you while the universe worked behind the scenes, orchestrating the perfect moment for your breakthrough. As December unfolds, you'll realize that every moment of solitude was worth it. The loneliness wasn't meant to weaken you, it was meant to transform you. Now, as the blessings pour in, you'll see that the quiet season was the foundation for the most abundant and fulfilling chapter of your life. What's about to happen in your life is beyond anything anyone, including you, could have predicted. The transformation will be so astonishing that it will leave people speechless. They'll whisper, wonder, and speculate, trying to piece together how it all came to be. Some will assume you found shortcuts, caught a lucky break, or had help they didn't see. But the truth is simpler and far more profound. This is the work of divine timing, a plan so precise that no human hand could orchestrate it. Every delay you experienced, every closed door that seemed like rejection, every season of waiting, it was all intentional. The universe was never denying you. It was preparing you, waiting for the exact moment when everything would align perfectly. That moment is now. The blessings heading your way will arrive with such speed and magnitude that they'll feel miraculous. What once seemed impossible will unfold effortlessly. Opportunities will appear, breakthroughs will come, and abundance will flow into your life in ways you never expected. People may doubt or envy your success, but none of it will matter. This isn't about proving anything to anyone. It's about stepping fully into what has always been meant for you. The timing isn't just perfect, it's protected. No obstacle, no setback, and no outside force can stop what's coming. The groundwork has been laid, the pieces have been moved, and the universe has declared, it is your time. What you're about to receive is not only undeniable, but unstoppable. This is your season, and the blessings about to pour into your life will make it clear to everyone watching that when divine timing aligns, miracles happen. The doubts you've carried, the quiet whispers of insecurity, the nagging fear that you weren't enough, the moments when you questioned if you were on the right path, are about to be completely silenced. The blessings heading your way will provide undeniable evidence that every struggle, every sacrifice, and every leap of faith was worth it. What's coming isn't just a reward, it's a divine validation of your efforts, your resilience, and your unwavering belief in something greater. Every hard decision you made, even when it felt like the world was working against you, will be affirmed. The sleepless nights, the sacrifices no one saw, and the faith you clung to when giving up seemed easier. All of it is about to make sense. The success coming your way will not just uplift your circumstances, it will transform your perspective. It will quiet your inner critic and solidify your confidence in yourself and your purpose. By the end of this season, the doubts that once loomed so large will feel almost laughable. You'll look back and realize they were nothing more than temporary shadows, unable to withstand the light of the blessings now flooding your life. For those who wronged you, the avalanche of blessings heading your way will be nothing short of a spiritual wake-up call. This isn't about revenge or seeking to prove a point. It's about restoring divine balance. The universe has always been aware of every slight, every betrayal, and every moment when you were underestimated. What's about to unfold in your life will serve as undeniable proof that you were never alone, that the universe was always on your side, quietly working to turn every setback into a setup for your rise. The blessings coming your way will speak volumes. They'll make it abundantly clear that no one can touch someone divinely chosen without facing the natural consequences of their actions. This isn't about gloating or wishing ill on anyone. It's about showing the world that integrity, resilience, and faith are always rewarded in due time. For those who doubted you or worked against you, watching your rise will be humbling. It will be a lesson in the power of divine protection and timing, a reminder that when the universe decides to uplift someone, no amount of opposition can stop it. Your blessings will be a testament to the unshakable truth. You are divinely favored. Your blessings aren't just about you. They're a light for others, a testament to what's possible when faith, resilience, and perseverance come together. The abundance flowing into your life will be more than personal rewards. It will serve as proof to those who are struggling that miracles are real and that trusting the process pays off. Your journey, with all its trials and triumphs, will become a powerful example of how alignment with purpose leads to unimaginable breakthroughs. As you rise, others will see in you a reflection of their own potential. Your story will resonate with those who are on the edge of giving up, reminding them that even in the darkest moments, hope is never misplaced. Every step you took in faith, every moment you chose to keep going, will now inspire others to believe that they too can overcome their struggles and step into abundance. You will be living proof of what happens when you refuse to quit, even when the odds seem insurmountable. Your blessings will be a beacon, guiding others to rediscover their strength, their purpose, and their faith in something greater. You are not just receiving, you're inspiring, uplifting, and leading others toward their own transformation. The magnitude of what's coming into your life might feel overwhelming, almost too good to be true. But know this: every bit of it is yours, and you've earned it. The blessings arriving in your life aren't random or accidental. They're the culmination of every challenge you've faced, every tear you've cried, and every moment you chose to persevere when it would have been easier to quit. It's time to let go of any guilt or hesitation about receiving. This flood of blessings isn't a fluke or a stroke of luck. It's the result of your hard work, your faith, and your alignment with divine timing. You've spent years preparing for this moment, whether you realized it or not. The sacrifices you made, the patience you showed, and the inner growth you nurtured have all paved the way for this outpouring of abundance. The universe is rewarding you with more than you could have imagined. Don't shrink back or question whether you deserve it. Embrace it fully with gratitude and joy, knowing that this season of overflow is not just a gift. It's the divine affirmation of all that you are and all you've become. The struggles of December weren't pointless. They were the rain, preparing your life for the avalanche of blessings that is about to pour in. Though the challenges may have felt heavy, inconvenient, or even endless, they served a divine purpose. That rain softened the hard ground, washing away the remnants of doubt, fear, and resistance that could have blocked the abundance heading your way. Without it, the blessings wouldn't have gained the momentum they now carry. Rain often feels like an interruption, but in truth, it's a necessary step in growth and renewal. Every moment of discomfort, every obstacle, and every tear you shed in December was loosening what needed to be released, creating space for what's about to flow into your life. The struggles weren't there to drown you. They were there to prepare you. Now that the rain has passed, the foundation is ready, and the path is clear. The avalanche of blessings will come with such force, abundance, and precision that you'll see how essential the rain truly was. It wasn't there to delay you. It was there to cleanse, to nourish, and to ensure that when the blessings come, they would overflow in ways more powerful than you could have imagined. December 2024 is your moment. The universe has aligned everything for this season of overflow. The trials, the rain, the isolation, all of it was preparation for what's about to unfold. This isn't just a blessing, it's a divine affirmation of your purpose. Step into it boldly. The avalanche is here, and it's everything you've dreamed of and more. If you're ready to witness this transformation, subscribe now and join the family of chosen ones stepping into their destiny. Together, let's rise. God bless you. Have you ever wondered why your financial challenges feel relentless, as if you're destined to face these struggles? What if I told you these hardships are not just obstacles, but proof that you're a chosen one? Yes, chosen, selected to rise above the illusions that keep most people stuck in the rat race. Financial failure, as the world sees it, is a facade masking your divine preparation for a higher purpose. Let's uncover why chosen ones often face the hardest battles and how these very struggles are the foundation of your extraordinary destiny. Before you dive in, know this. This is not just another video. It's not just information. This is a revelation. Everything you've been searching for, answers to your struggles, your purpose, and your true potential, is here. Watch, absorb, and prepare to see your challenges and life from a radically new perspective. This is the moment where everything changes. Your awakening starts now. Did you know your spiritual gifts might be the reason behind your financial struggles? It might sound counterintuitive, even absurd, but there's a hidden connection that most people never realize. Let me ask you this. Have you ever felt like you're destined for something far greater but constantly find yourself held back by financial challenges? That's no coincidence. The truth is that money is energy, and as a chosen one, you are extraordinarily sensitive to energy. This means you interact with money in ways entirely different from others. While most people chase wealth by conventional means, you're tuned into something far deeper, something infinitely more powerful. However, this heightened sensitivity can make navigating the material world, where money rules, challenging. Imagine having a superpower that allows you to see beyond the physical world. Amazing, right? But this also means you're playing a different game, one with rules that don't align with the world's obsession with material success. Your financial struggles are not a punishment, they're preparation. You're being refined, strengthened, and aligned with a destiny far greater than you can currently imagine. Picture this. You're in spiritual boot camp. While others are living comfortably, you're enduring trials that push you to the brink. Every bill you can't pay, every opportunity you lose, it's all training. It's forging within you unshakable faith, resilience, and the ability to trust in something greater than yourself. Think of legendary figures like Moses wandering the desert for 40 years, or Jesus, who had no place to lay his head. These weren't signs of failure, they were signs of divine preparation. Your financial challenges are doing the same for you, stripping away distractions to reveal your core strengths. Society measures success by material possessions, a big house, luxury cars, and a fat bank account. But what if your true wealth lies in your spiritual gifts? Empathy, intuition, and an unparalleled ability to see the interconnectedness of all things. These are not weaknesses, they are your superpowers. Take a moment to consider. Have you ever walked into a room and instantly sensed its energy? That's your spiritual sensitivity at work. Now, imagine applying that same gift to your financial reality. Your struggles are not failures, but signs that you're operating on a different frequency. One that can unlock abundance far beyond mere dollars. History is full of spiritually rich individuals who changed the world without focusing on material wealth. Jesus, Buddha, and Socrates are just a few examples. Their wealth was not in gold or property, but in wisdom, insight, and the profound impact they had on humanity. Financial struggles often feel like an unshakable curse, don't they? Passed down through generations, they can loom over families like an invisible chain, binding dreams and dimming hope. The weight of these challenges can seem overwhelming, making it easy to believe that your struggle is just another chapter in a never-ending story. But here's the truth. You're not just enduring hardship, you're breaking generational chains. Science offers a fascinating lens into this reality. Research in epigenetics reveals that trauma, including financial hardship, doesn't just affect our mindset, it can actually alter our DNA. These changes can ripple through generations, subtly shaping the lives of our children and grandchildren. But here's the incredible news. Just as negative patterns can be passed down, so can positive ones. Every small step toward healing and transformation sends waves of hope through your family line. This is where your spiritual gifts come into play. These gifts, unique talents, insights, and divine guidance, are your tools for change. They hold the power to rewrite the financial story that's been holding your family captive. When you choose faith over fear, discipline over despair, and action over complacency, you're not just working toward your own financial freedom, you're laying a foundation of abundance for generations yet to come. Every sacrifice you make, every prayer you utter, and every lesson you learn is planting seeds of hope. Your journey is about more than overcoming today's struggles. It's about shifting the trajectory of your family's legacy. Remember, God equips us not only to endure, but to transform. Through His strength, you are the chain breaker, the legacy builder, the architect of a brighter future. Today, as you take each step, know that you are reprogramming your family's financial DNA and paving the way for generational blessings. Your sensitivity, the very quality that might make you feel out of place in the cutthroat, competitive world of business, is, in reality, your most powerful asset. While others chase success through sheer force or rigid logic, your ability to deeply feel, intuit, and connect sets you apart. This gift allows you to see patterns that others miss, sense opportunities hidden in plain sight, and foster relationships built on trust and genuine connection. In a world often driven by surface-level transactions, your sensitivity brings depth, authenticity, and transformation. Consider this. Some of the greatest innovators and business leaders of our time embrace their inner sensitivity and spiritual awareness as a cornerstone of their success. Take Steve Jobs, for example. The visionary behind Apple often spoke of how his spiritual practices, including meditation and mindfulness, were integral to his creative process. These practices allowed him to see beyond the obvious, to envision products that revolutionized the tech industry, and to lead with an uncanny sense of timing and intuition. Similarly, Henry Ford, the pioneer of modern industry, attributed much of his wealth and achievements to aligning with universal principles. Ford's understanding of flow, perseverance, and a greater purpose enabled him to transform not only his life but also the lives of countless others through his innovations. These weren't just business tactics, they were spiritual principles in action, guiding their decisions and shaping their legacies. Your sensitivity is the key to unlocking this kind of transformative power in your own life. When you honor your intuition and align with your spiritual gifts, you tap into a deeper well of creativity, insight, and resilience. You bring something priceless to the table, the ability to create not just profit but purpose. Trust that your sensitivity isn't a weakness. It's the foundation of your strength, your vision, and your success. In every great story, the hero faces trials that test their strength, faith, and resolve. These challenges are never easy, but they are essential. Think of Frodo in The Lord of the Rings, shouldering the impossible burden of destroying the One Ring, or Harry Potter, standing against unimaginable darkness. Their journeys were marked by fear, pain, and moments of doubt, yet these struggles shaped them into heroes. The same is true for biblical figures like Joseph, who endured betrayal, slavery, and imprisonment before rising to become a ruler in Egypt. These struggles weren't mere setbacks, they were stepping stones to their destiny. Your financial challenges are no different. While they may feel overwhelming and endless, they are the fire refining your soul, preparing you for something greater than you can imagine. Each hardship you face is not a sign of failure, but a lesson in strength, resilience, and faith. It's in these moments of struggle that your character is forged, your purpose clarified, and your faith deepened. God often allows trials not to break us, but to build us. Just as gold must endure fire to be purified, your trials are shaping you into someone who can not only achieve abundance but steward it wisely. You are being prepared for a role far greater than mere survival, a role that can influence and inspire others, leaving a legacy of hope and transformation. Remember, the heroes of every great story don't just endure hardship, they emerge stronger, more compassionate, and ready to make a difference. Your journey is no different. Every challenge you overcome is equipping you with the strength and wisdom to not only handle abundance but to use it to change the world. Trust the process. You're being shaped for greatness. Quantum physics has revealed something extraordinary. Everything is energy, including your thoughts, emotions, and even your money. This groundbreaking understanding changes how we view our financial reality. It means your mindset isn't just a passive byproduct of your circumstances. It's an active, powerful force shaping them. Your thoughts carry energy, and that energy sets the tone for what you attract into your life. When your focus is locked on lack, on what you don't have or what's missing, that energy creates a vibration of scarcity, and the universe responds by mirroring that back to you. But when you shift your mindset to abundance, believing in possibilities and trusting in provision, everything begins to change. This isn't just wishful thinking, it's science in action. Practices like meditation, visualization, and affirmations aren't merely feel-good exercises. They are powerful tools for rewiring your brain and recalibrating your energy to align with abundance. Even more, this truth aligns with God's word. Jesus said, "I have come that they may have life and have it to the full." Fullness is not limited to spiritual richness, but extends to every part of life, including your financial well-being. Your struggles with money are not punishments, but divine invitations to step into this fullness. They are opportunities to trust God, shift your focus, and partner with the principles of abundance that He has woven into creation. You are not bound by your current circumstances. Through faith, intentional focus, and spiritual alignment, you can begin to transform your financial reality. Just as Jesus multiplied the loaves and fishes, He can multiply the resources in your life when you bring them to Him in trust and expectation. Your journey to abundance starts in your mind, where every thought is energy, and every energy is an invitation for God to work miracles. The universe is always communicating with you, whispering guidance and encouragement in the form of signs, synchronicities, and subtle nudges. These divine messages often appear in ways that feel almost magical. Repeating numbers like 1111 or 777, a chance encounter with someone who inspires you, or even an unexpected detour that leads to something better. Have you ever experienced a coincidence so striking that it seemed impossible to dismiss? These moments are not random. They are part of a divine conversation between you and the Creator, gently guiding you toward the abundance meant for you. When you learn to tune into these signs, they become like a treasure map, leading you step by step to the life you've been seeking. Repeating numbers may remind you to stay aligned with your goals. A closed door might seem like a setback, but it's often a redirection to something greater than you could have planned. Missed opportunities may feel frustrating, but they are often divine protection, steering you away from paths that aren't meant for you. The key is to trust these signs and take inspired action. Don't dismiss them as mere coincidence. Each sign carries a message, whether it's encouragement to keep going, a nudge to change direction, or confirmation that you're on the right path. The more you act on these divine messages, the clearer and more frequent they become. Remember, God and the universe want you to thrive. Every closed door, every delay, and every unexpected twist in your journey is designed with purpose. By recognizing and acting on these signs, you align yourself with divine timing and open the floodgates to abundance. Trust the process, listen for the whispers, and let the signs guide you to the life of fullness and prosperity that is already waiting for you. Your spiritual sensitivity is one of the most powerful tools for creating wealth. It's not just a gift for emotional connection or intuitive insight. It's your ultimate money-making advantage. By tapping into this sensitivity, you can harness the energy of abundance and manifest it into tangible wealth. When you align your actions with your higher purpose, you step into a flow of prosperity that feels not forced, but natural, like rivers finding their way to the ocean. To begin this transformation, start with visualization. Close your eyes and see yourself surrounded by abundance. Not just money, but opportunities, support, and fulfillment. Feel the joy and gratitude of already having everything you need. Believe it deeply and act as though it's already yours. This isn't just daydreaming. It's an act of faith that shifts your energy, aligning it with the vibration of abundance. When your thoughts, feelings, and actions reflect abundance, the universe responds in kind. Gratitude is another essential tool. Even in moments of financial lack, find something to be thankful for: a warm meal, a kind word, or the simple fact that you're alive to create change. Gratitude transforms your perspective, shifting your energy from scarcity to sufficiency. It's like opening a door for blessings to enter, making room for more of what you desire. Remember, spiritual sensitivity allows you to perceive opportunities and align with divine timing in ways others may overlook. When you combine this gift with visualization, gratitude, and purposeful action, you create a powerful formula for abundance. You're not just chasing wealth, you're attracting it effortlessly by being in harmony with the higher flow of life. Trust your sensitivity, nurture your faith, and watch as the doors to prosperity swing wide open. True prosperity isn't just about having money. It's about alignment. It's about the harmony that occurs when your spiritual gifts, your mindset, and your material actions are in sync. This is the divine balance where abundance flows effortlessly, not as a product of grinding effort, but as a natural outcome of living with purpose and faith. Lasting wealth, both financial and spiritual, is born from this alignment, creating a life that feels deeply fulfilling on every level. Your financial struggles may feel overwhelming, but they are not a sign of failure. Instead, they are evidence that you are on the hero's journey, a sacred path that is shaping you into someone extraordinary. Like every great hero, you are facing trials that test your strength, refine your character, and teach you lessons essential for the next chapter of your story. These struggles are not obstacles to your success. They are stepping stones to the abundance you are destined to experience. To step into this divine flow of prosperity, begin by aligning your spiritual gifts with your daily actions. What are the unique talents and passions that God has placed in you? How can you use them to serve others and create value? When your efforts are rooted in purpose, the work feels lighter, opportunities become clearer, and abundance follows naturally. At the same time, nurture your mindset. Trust that your struggles have meaning. Gratitude and faith transform your energy, attracting solutions and blessings you might have overlooked in a state of despair. Remember, every setback is a setup for a greater comeback. True prosperity isn't about accumulating wealth. It's about creating a life where financial freedom and spiritual fulfillment coexist. Trust the process, align your gifts with purposeful action, and know that the challenges you face today are the foundation of a legacy that will inspire and bless generations to come. Your journey has brought you here, to this very moment of revelation. Take a deep breath and let this truth sink in. You're not cursed. You're chosen. Every challenge, every heartbreak, and every setback you've faced has been preparing you for something extraordinary. These trials weren't meant to break you, but to shape you into someone capable of holding unimaginable abundance. You've been walking a path of purpose, even when it felt like you were lost. Now is the time to embrace your spiritual gifts as the powerful tools they truly are. These gifts, your intuition, compassion, creativity, and resilience, are your keys to unlocking a future filled with prosperity and fulfillment. When you align your actions with your higher purpose, you step into a divine flow where abundance is not just possible, it's inevitable. The universe doesn't want you to merely survive. It wants you to thrive, to to rise above every limitation and claim the fullness of life that's waiting for you. Your awakening starts now. This is your moment to step into your power, claim your abundance, and transform your world. The steps may feel daunting, but you're not alone. Together, as a community, we are walking this path of growth, faith, and transformation. If this message resonated with you, let us know in the comments. Share your thoughts, your challenges, and your victories. We'd love to hear your story. And don't forget to subscribe to this channel for more inspiring content that can help you on your journey to abundance. Thank you for being here, for choosing growth, and for believing in the extraordinary future God has in store for you. And remember, the best is yet to come. You're here, right now. Watching this video isn't just a coincidence. This moment wasn't the result of random scrolling or idle curiosity. No, something far greater has brought you here. Call it fate, divine timing, or the whisper of the universe itself. You were meant to find this message, and you're here because you're ready. Ready for what, you might wonder? You're ready to awaken, to tap into a power that has always been within you, waiting to be unleashed. If you've made it this far, let me tell you, it's no accident. You've entered creator mode. But before we go any further, let's clear something up. Who are they? Is it some hidden force watching your every move, orchestrating your life behind the scenes? Some shadowy figure pulling invisible strings? The truth is far more profound. They aren't external beings, and they're not separate from you. They are the universe itself. The energy flowing through all that has been, all that is, and all that will ever be, that's them. The collective consciousness, the infinite intelligence that powers creation itself. And now, they've chosen you. You're here because it's your time to step into your role as a creator. Creator mode is not just a fancy term or a passing concept, it's a transformation. When you step into creator mode, you stop living life passively, as though it's something happening to you. You stop being a victim of circumstance, reacting to external events and forces. Instead, you become the architect of your reality. You take the reins and begin co-creating with the universe itself. Think about it. How often have you felt like life is dragging you down paths you didn't choose? Like you're stuck on autopilot, following routines and patterns that don't align with your deepest dreams or desires. Those feelings of frustration, of being trapped in a life that doesn't reflect who you are, can be overwhelming. But here's the good news. Creator mode changes everything. The moment you adopt this mindset, you cross a powerful threshold. You gain access to the same energy that drives the stars, moves the tides, and sustains all life. This energy, the creative force of the universe, is now available for you to harness. It's not limited to a chosen few. It's there for anyone willing to embrace it. And when you step into creator mode, you begin to channel this energy in alignment with your intentions. But this shift isn't just a gift, it's a challenge. Creator mode requires more than just wishful thinking. It demands responsibility, focus, and trust. You must take ownership of your thoughts, beliefs, emotions, and actions. This isn't always easy. Stepping into creator mode means letting go of old habits, breaking free from limiting beliefs, and facing your fears head-on. Yet, even as you face these challenges, know this. The universe has been preparing you for this moment all along. Every struggle you've endured, every triumph you've celebrated, every heartbreak that left you reeling, they weren't random. These experiences were shaping you and preparing you for this awakening. They were laying the foundation for you to step fully into your role as a creator. When you understand this, something shifts within you. You start to see obstacles not as barriers, but as opportunities. You begin to approach life with a sense of purpose and empowerment, knowing that every moment, whether joyful or difficult, can be used as fuel for your growth. Creator mode is more than a mindset. It's a way of being. It's an invitation to awaken to your true potential and take part in the infinite dance of creation. The question is, are you ready to accept it? The foundation of creator mode is perception. Most people live with foggy lenses, seeing limitations instead of opportunities. They view obstacles as insurmountable instead of transformative. But stepping into creator mode means flipping that script. You stop asking, why is this happening to me? And start asking, how can I use this? Every experience you encounter, no matter how challenging, holds the potential to become a powerful tool for growth. Even the moments that seem like failures or setbacks can serve as stepping stones to something greater. When you step into creator mode, you gain a new perspective, one where nothing in your life is wasted. Every triumph, every trial, every misstep carries valuable lessons, shaping you into the person you're meant to become. Pause for a moment and reflect on your journey. How often do fear or doubt influence your decisions? How often do you hesitate, hold back, or walk away from opportunities because you're afraid of failure or rejection? For many, fear becomes a wall, a force that stops them from taking action. It whispers stories of inadequacy, convincing them to play small. In creator mode, nothing is wasted. Not the pain, not the struggles, and certainly not the failures. Every piece of your journey becomes raw material for building the life you're meant to create. It's not about avoiding challenges, but embracing them as fuel for your growth, purpose, and creativity. Here's the twist. You're not creating in isolation. You're co-creating with the universe. It's a partnership, a dance between your intentions and the energy of all existence. The universe speaks to you in subtle ways, through intuition, synchronicities, and the quiet nudges of inspiration. Have you ever experienced moments where everything seemed to align perfectly? Where the right opportunity or the right person showed up at just the right time? That wasn't luck. It was the universe responding to your energy. When you're in alignment with the flow of the universe, life begins to reflect that harmony back to you. But how can you tell if you're truly in alignment with this flow? The answer is simple. When you're in alignment, things feel effortless. This doesn't mean life becomes devoid of challenges, but rather that you approach those challenges with a sense of calm, clarity, and trust. Instead of feeling stuck, you move forward with ease, knowing that every step is guided by something greater than yourself. In this state, you no longer feel the need to force outcomes or control every detail of your journey. You release the grip of overthinking and let go of the need to know how everything will unfold. Instead, you trust the process because you trust yourself. You understand that the universe is working with you, not against you. This trust creates a powerful feedback loop. The more aligned you are, the more synchronicities you experience. Opportunities seem to flow naturally toward you, and obstacles feel less like barriers and more like temporary stepping stones. Being in alignment isn't about perfection. It's about finding peace within the flow. When you feel this peace, you know you're exactly where you're meant to be, co-creating your reality in harmony with the universe. One of the hardest lessons to embrace in creator mode is learning to let go. Many of us are conditioned to believe that control is the key to success, that if we plan every detail and force reality to conform to our desires, we can achieve anything. But this mindset often leads to frustration, resistance, and burnout. In creator mode, control isn't the goal. Alignment is. You set your intentions with clarity, take inspired action, and then release the need to control the outcome. Letting go doesn't mean giving up or being passive. It means trusting the process. It's the belief that the universe is working with you, even if you can't yet see how everything will unfold. The shift happens when you stop obsessing over the how and instead focus on the why. Why do you want to create what you desire? What is the deeper purpose driving you? When your intentions come from a place of love, authenticity, and service to something greater than yourself, your creative power is magnified. And this is key. When your intentions align with the greater good, your power amplifies. The universe doesn't respond to selfish pursuits or ego-driven goals, But when you create from a place of love, service, and genuine purpose, it will move mountains to support you. What does it truly feel like to be in creator mode? Imagine a state of flow where time melts away. You're so deeply immersed in the act of creating, whether it's a project, a vision, or a new reality, that the outside world fades into the background. In this state, you feel fully alive, completely present, and profoundly connected to something greater than yourself. It's as if you've tapped into an infinite well of energy and inspiration, where every thought and action align perfectly with your purpose. But let's not romanticize it too much. Stepping into creator mode doesn't mean life becomes free of challenges or doubts. You're still human, with all the emotions and uncertainties that come with it. There will be moments when fear whispers in your ear, when doubt clouds your vision, or when the path forward feels hazy. The difference is how you respond. In creator mode, you're equipped with the tools to navigate these moments with grace and resilience. Instead of letting fear paralyze you, you see it for what it truly is, a signal that you're on the brink of growth, stepping into uncharted territory that has the potential to transform you. Fear no longer feels like a barrier. It becomes a companion, one that reminds you that you're moving beyond your comfort zone and into something bigger than you've ever imagined. You face challenges not with dread, but with curiosity and confidence, trusting that they are part of the process, designed to strengthen and refine you. Being in creator mode isn't about perfection or the absence of struggle. It's about embracing the journey with a sense of empowerment, knowing that every step, no matter how uncertain, is leading you closer to your highest potential. The universe doesn't shout or demand your attention. Its messages don't arrive with fanfare or force their way into your consciousness. Instead, the universe speaks softly, in whispers that emerge in moments of stillness and clarity. These subtle signals, a sudden insight, a quiet nudge, or a deep sense of knowing, are always there, waiting to guide you. But here's the challenge. Most people never notice them. Why? Because they're too consumed by the noise of their own minds. Racing thoughts, endless to-do lists, and constant distractions drown out the universe's gentle voice. In the chaos of daily life, the moments when we're truly present, truly still, become rare. To hear the universe's guidance, you must cultivate stillness. This doesn't mean you need to retreat to a mountaintop or spend hours in silent meditation. Stillness can take many forms. A few minutes of mindful breathing, journaling your thoughts, walking in nature, or simply sitting quietly without distractions. The key is to create space for clarity, to allow your mind to settle so that the messages of the universe can rise to the surface. But hearing these messages is only the first step. The most important part is trusting them. Too often, people dismiss their intuition, brushing it off as coincidence or imagination. They second-guess the insights that come to them, letting doubt creep in. In creator mode, doubt is your greatest enemy, and trust is your superpower. When you learn to trust the whispers of the universe, you open yourself to possibilities that logic alone could never uncover. Trust isn't blind faith. It's an inner knowing that the universe is working with you, guiding you towards your highest potential. The more you listen and trust, the more clearly you'll hear, and the more aligned your life will become. Faith is not merely a spiritual concept reserved for certain beliefs or traditions. It is a fundamental cornerstone of creation itself. At its essence, faith is the ability to trust in things unseen, to hold a deep conviction that even when the path ahead seems uncertain, everything is unfolding exactly as it should. It is the quiet assurance that there is a higher order guiding your journey, even if you can't yet see how the pieces fit together. In creator mode, faith becomes your anchor. It is what steadies you when doubt begins to creep in, when challenges arise, and when the road ahead feels shrouded in uncertainty. Faith isn't about having all the answers. It's about trusting that the answers will come when the time is right. It's a choice to believe in the unseen forces of the universe, even in the face of obstacles that might seem overwhelming. Faith doesn't make challenges disappear, but it changes how you face them. Instead of feeling paralyzed by fear or consumed by worry, you approach life with a sense of calm and certainty. Faith reminds you that every setback is temporary, every obstacle is a lesson, and every delay has a purpose. Manifestation is not just about thinking positive thoughts and hoping for the best. It's a deliberate process, a science of aligning your thoughts, beliefs, emotions, and actions with your desires. Every thought you think sends out a vibration, and that vibration attracts experiences, people, and circumstances that match its frequency. This principle, often called the law of attraction, explains how your internal world shapes your external reality. However, it's not just about surface-level positivity. Many people misunderstand this, focusing only on thinking happy thoughts while ignoring the deeper layers of their beliefs and emotions. Here's the key. Your thoughts are important, but they're only part of the equation. The universe responds to your energy as a whole. If you're repeating affirmations or visualizing your goals, but deep down you're filled with doubt, fear, or unworthiness, those underlying feelings will dominate your vibration. As a result, you'll attract experiences that reflect those lower energies, even if your conscious mind is focused on positive outcomes. This is why many people struggle with manifestation. They don't address the internal conflicts beneath their desires. To manifest successfully, you need to examine and align your subconscious beliefs. What stories are you telling yourself about what's possible? Do you truly believe you're worthy of what you want? Manifestation isn't just about what you think, it's about how you feel. When your emotions, beliefs, and actions resonate with your desires, you create a powerful frequency that draws them into your reality. The process is as much about clearing inner resistance as it is about projecting outward intention. True manifestation happens when you're in harmony with your desires, both consciously and subconsciously. To manifest consciously, the first step is clarity. You need to be specific about what you want. Vague desires lead to vague results because the universe responds to precision, focus, and intention. Think of it as placing an order at a restaurant. You wouldn't just say, "Bring me some food." You'd describe exactly what you want, trusting it will be delivered. Manifestation works the same way. Take the time to define your desires in detail and be clear about why they matter to you. Once you've clarified your goals, the next step is to embody the feeling of already having them. This is the true secret to manifestation, aligning your emotional state with the reality you want to create. Imagine how you would feel if your desires were already a part of your life. Would you feel joyful, peaceful, abundant, or fulfilled? Generate those emotions now and hold on to them as if your desires are already here. This emotional alignment is what draws your goals into your reality. But here's the catch. You can't fake alignment. If you're struggling to generate these feelings, it's often a sign that deeper inner work is needed. Old fears, limiting beliefs, or doubts might be blocking your energy. Take the time to explore these barriers and release them, whether through reflection, journaling, or healing practices. Clearing these blocks will help you step into the frequency of your desires with authenticity. Remember that manifestation isn't just about thinking and feeling, it's about taking inspired action. When you receive intuitive nudges or guidance, act on them. Trust that the universe will meet you halfway, but you must also move toward your goals with purpose. Manifestation is a partnership between your intention and action, creating the momentum that brings your vision to life. So here's the ultimate question. What are you ready to create? What kind of life are you ready to manifest? The universe is listening. It's ready to co-create with you, to guide and support you every step of the way. But it all begins with a choice. Are you ready to let go of the limitations that no longer serve you? Are you ready to trust the process, step into your power, and embrace the infinite possibilities that await you? This is your moment. This is your awakening. You've been called to this point for a reason. Welcome to Creator Mode. Now go forth and create the life you were always meant to live, a life filled with purpose, joy, and abundance. Thank you for spending this time here with me, for opening your heart and mind to new possibilities. If this message resonated with you, please like this video and subscribe to our channel. The universe is waiting. Are you ready to take the next step? Let's create together. You might not realize it, but what I'm about to share could be exactly what you need to hear today. This isn't just another video, it's a divine appointment, carefully orchestrated for this very moment. If you found your way here, it's not by chance. There's a reason you've been drawn to this message. To those who walk with Christ, who know what it means to be chosen, let these words speak to the depths of your soul. And if you're still searching, if you felt uncertain or distant from God, don't turn away. Instead, I invite you to lean in and listen. Open your heart, because what you're about to hear could change everything. There are moments in life when the weight of the world presses so heavily on our shoulders that it feels unbearable. The storms of life rage, the whispers of doubt grow louder, and the shadows of fear and despair threaten to overtake us. Yet, it is precisely in these moments that God's voice speaks, cutting through the chaos with words that carry unmatched power and unshakable assurance. I am God, and I am with you. These words are more than comforting. They are a divine declaration, a promise from the Creator Himself that He is present, always. When we embrace this truth, it doesn't just offer hope, it transforms us. Suddenly our perspective shifts, and the burdens we carry seem lighter. Where anxiety once ruled, God's peace takes over, and the assurance of His love lifts us to heights we could never reach on our own. So today, let's dig deep into the meaning of this promise. Let's explore how God's presence changes everything. Because this truth, that God is with you, is not just a lifeline. It's the foundation of your victory. If you haven't already, subscribe to this channel, like the video, and turn on notifications to stay connected to God's Word. And if this message speaks to your heart, if you feel a stirring in your spirit, take a moment to comment the number 77 below. It's more than just a number. It's a declaration of faith, a symbol that you're ready to embrace what God has prepared for you at this moment. Let's begin this journey of healing and restoration together. Each of us has scars, wounds etched into our hearts from experiences of rejection, disappointment, failure, and betrayal. Some of these wounds are fresh, while others have lingered for years, leaving behind pain that seems impossible to overcome. But listen closely. God sees your pain. He knows every tear you've cried, every silent heartache you've endured, and every burden that has weighed you down. And He promises to heal you. In Psalm 147, verse 3, the Word declares, He heals the brokenhearted and binds up their wounds. This is not a vague hope. It's a powerful promise. The same God who created the heavens, who set the stars in place and commands the seas, is intimately aware of your suffering. He is not distant or indifferent. He is near, and His desire is to make you whole. But here's the truth. Healing requires action. It requires us to bring our wounds to God, to lay them bare before Him, trusting that He is both willing and able to restore us completely. For some, this might be the hardest step, releasing the pain that has become a part of their identity. But God calls us to something higher. He calls us to restoration. In Jeremiah 30:17, God makes a beautiful and powerful promise. I will restore health to you and heal you of your wounds. God doesn't merely mend what's broken. He goes beyond that. He restores what's been lost. The wounds you've carried, the scars left by rejection, betrayal, or disappointment, are not beyond His ability to heal. What pain has stolen, your joy, your peace, your confidence, God is ready to give back in ways that exceed anything you could imagine. Restoration is at the heart of who God is. He doesn't do partial repairs or temporary fixes. When God restores, He makes things better than they were before. He brings beauty from ashes, strength from weakness, and hope from despair. Think about this. The years you feel were wasted in heartache or hardship are not forgotten. In Joel 2:25, God promises to restore the years that the locusts have eaten. In His hands, nothing is truly lost. Every tear, every pain, every broken dream, He sees it all, and He has the power to redeem it. When God says, "I am with you," He's not offering mere comfort or a fleeting reassurance. It's a profound truth that redefines how we face the challenges of life. These words hold the power to transform fear into faith, despair into hope, and weakness into strength. Take in this promise from Isaiah 41:10. "Fear not, for I am with you. Be not dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you. Yes, I will help you. I will uphold you with my righteous right hand." This isn't just a soothing phrase. It's the declaration of the Almighty. He promises to strengthen you when you feel weak, to help you when you feel helpless, and to hold you steady when you're at risk of falling. These aren't empty words. They're backed by the infinite power of the Creator of heaven and earth. Whatever fire you're walking through right now, whether it's the flames of loss, the pressure of financial struggles, the pain of broken relationships, or the shattering of long-held dreams, know this: God is with you. Consider the story of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego in Daniel 3. These men stood firm in their faith, refusing to bow to a false god, even when threatened with death in a blazing furnace. They were bound and thrown into the fire, but they were not consumed. Instead, a miraculous scene unfolded. A fourth figure appeared with them, one like the Son of God. God's presence didn't just protect them, it declared His power over the fire. And the same is true for you. Whatever trials you're facing, God's presence is your protection. Whatever flames you're walking through, whether it's uncertainty, grief, or fear, God is right there with you. He isn't watching from a distance. He's in the midst of it, sustaining you, shielding you, and walking you through to the other side. Jesus Himself echoes this assurance in John 16:33. "In this world, you will have trouble. But take heart, I have overcome the world." Jesus doesn't deny the reality of hardship. Instead, He acknowledges it and then offers something greater: victory. Because He has overcome the world, His victory becomes ours when we trust in Him. No storm is too fierce, no trial too fiery, and no enemy too strong when we stand in the presence of God. No storm is too fierce, no enemy too strong, and no fire too consuming for the presence of God. His presence is your victory, your guarantee that you will not only survive but come out stronger. Hope is the anchor that keeps us steady when the waves of life threaten to overwhelm us. It grounds us when everything feels like it's falling apart, reminding us to hold on even in the darkest moments. But the hope God offers is not like the fleeting, fragile hope the world gives. It's not wishful thinking or blind optimism. It's a solid, unshakable hope, rooted in the faithfulness of His promises and the certainty of His character. In Romans 15:13, we are given this beautiful reminder. May the God of hope fill you with all joy and peace as you trust in Him, so that you may overflow with hope by the power of the Holy Spirit. The word overflow is significant. God doesn't give hope sparingly or in small measures. His hope is abundant, meant to fill every corner of your life and pour out to those around you. But how do we receive this kind of hope? The answer lies in trust. True hope comes from trusting that God is who He says He is, and that His promises are unchanging. It's trusting that even when we don't see the full picture, God is at work, turning every situation for our good and His glory. Consider the story of Joseph in the book of Genesis. His life was a series of trials that would have crushed many: betrayal by his own brothers, sold into slavery, falsely accused of a crime, and left to languish in prison. From the outside, it looked as though his life was filled with nothing but hardship and injustice. But Joseph clung to an unshakable hope, a hope grounded in the belief that God was with him and that God's plans for his life were good. Years later, When Joseph stood face to face with his brothers, the same brothers who had betrayed him, he was able to say these powerful words, "You intended to harm me, but God intended it for good to accomplish what is now being done, the saving of many lives." Joseph's hope was not in his circumstances. It was in God's ability to redeem those circumstances for something greater. And God did exactly that. What had been meant for evil, betrayal, slavery, false accusations, became the very path God used to position Joseph to save countless lives. The same is true for you. Whatever trials you are facing today, no matter how overwhelming or painful they may seem, God is working behind the scenes. You may not see it yet, but He is taking what was meant for evil and turning it into something good. Hope in God is not passive, it's active. It's a choice to trust Him even when life feels uncertain. It's holding on to His promises even when circumstances tell you to give up. And it's believing that He is faithful to complete the good work He has begun in your life. So my friends, whatever storm you are facing, trust in Him. Anchor yourself in His promises, just as Joseph did. What was meant to harm you, God will use for good. His plans for you are greater than anything you could imagine, and His hope will sustain you through every trial. Hold on, your story is far from over. Peace is not the absence of trouble, it's the presence of God in the midst of it. This kind of peace isn't about a life free from problems, pain, or storms. Instead, it's about experiencing calm and assurance even when everything around you is uncertain or chaotic. Jesus spoke directly about this kind of peace in John 14:27. "Peace I leave with you, my peace I give to you. I do not give as the world gives. Do not let your hearts be troubled and do not be afraid." The peace Jesus offers is radically different from the fleeting peace of the world. Worldly peace often depends on external circumstances, things going well, problems being solved, or conflicts being resolved. But the peace that Jesus gives is steady and unshakable. It doesn't depend on what's happening around us because it comes from His unchanging presence within us. This peace is available to you today, no matter what you're facing, whether it's uncertainty about the future, heartbreak, financial pressures, or overwhelming responsibilities. God's peace is a gift that can calm your heart and steady your mind. It's the kind of peace that doesn't make sense to the world, but it's real and accessible to all who trust in Him. But how do we access this supernatural peace? The answer is found in Isaiah 26:3. "You will keep in perfect peace those whose minds are steadfast because they trust in you." The key to experiencing God's peace is keeping our minds steadfast, focused on Him. When we fix our thoughts on God's promises rather than our problems, when we meditate on His faithfulness instead of our fears, we create space for His peace to take root in our hearts. Trust is the foundation of this peace. Trusting God means believing that He is in control, even when life feels out of control. It means surrendering our worries and choosing to rest in His sovereignty. This doesn't mean denying the reality of your struggles, but it does mean refusing to let anxiety and fear control you. Instead, you choose to place your confidence in the One who is greater than any storm. The Apostle Paul reinforces this truth in Philippians 4:6-7. "Do not be anxious about anything, but in every situation, by prayer and petition, with thanksgiving, present your requests to God. And the peace of God, which transcends all understanding, will guard your hearts and your minds in Christ Jesus." Notice the process here. We present our worries to God in prayer, coupled with gratitude for His faithfulness, and in exchange, His peace guards our hearts and minds. This peace isn't temporary or fragile. It's a divine promise that withstands the storms of life because it flows from the unchanging nature of God. Think of the story in Mark 4:35-41, when Jesus and His disciples were caught in a furious storm on the Sea of Galilee. While the disciples were panicking, Jesus was asleep in the boat. When they woke Him, terrified, He rebuked the storm with 3 simple words: "Peace, be still." The wind and waves obeyed Him instantly. This is the peace Jesus offers to you. Just as he calmed the physical storm, he can calm the storms in your heart and mind. And just as he was present with the disciples in their boat, he is present with you now, no matter how fierce the storm may seem. If you feel overwhelmed today, let this truth settle in your spirit. God's peace is not distant or out of reach. It is available to you right now. Fix your mind on him, trust his promises, and let his peace guard your heart like an anchor in the storm. You are not alone, and his peace will carry you through. At the core of everything God says and does is his love, a love so deep and unchanging that it surpasses all understanding. It's a love so deep, so steadfast, that it surpasses human understanding. This love is not conditional. It's not based on your performance, your achievements, or even your failures. God's love for you flows from who he is, not from what you do. Romans 8:38-39 offers one of the most powerful declarations of this truth. For I am convinced that neither death nor life, neither angels nor demons, neither the present nor the future, nor any powers, neither height nor depth, nor anything else in all creation, will be able to separate us from the love of God that is in Christ Jesus our Lord. Think about that for a moment. Absolutely nothing can separate you from God's love. No failure, no mistake, no sin, no fear, no doubt. Nothing. Not even the most painful experiences of life or the darkest attacks from the enemy can distance you from the unfailing love of God. This love is constant. While human love can falter, change, or fade, God's love remains perfect and unshaken. It doesn't waver when you stumble or draw back when you feel unworthy. Even in your weakest, most broken moments, God's love surrounds you completely. It is not earned, and therefore, it cannot be lost. The Bible says in 1 John 4:8, God is love. Love is not merely something God does, it is the essence of who he is. Every action he takes, every word he speaks, flows from his eternal love for you. You may have experienced rejection in your life, perhaps from friends, family, or even those you thought would stand by you. You may carry wounds from people who were supposed to protect and cherish you, but instead caused you pain. But God's love is different. He doesn't abandon, reject, or give up on you. In Deuteronomy 31:6, he promises, I will never leave you nor forsake you. His love is a shelter, a refuge, and a foundation you can rely on no matter what. It's a love that seeks you out even when you feel unworthy, pulls you close when you feel distant, and lifts you up when you feel defeated. If you're wondering whether you've gone too far or made too many mistakes to receive God's love, hear this: you haven't. His love reaches into the deepest valleys and darkest places to bring you back into his embrace. Jeremiah 31:3 reminds us, I have loved you with an everlasting love. I have drawn you with unfailing kindness. God's love is everlasting. It has no end. It's a love that was demonstrated in the ultimate act of sacrifice when Jesus laid down his life for you. So today, let this truth sink deeply into your heart. You are loved, not because of what you've done, but because of who God is. His love for you is greater than anything in this world, and it will never fail. Rest in that love, knowing it is the foundation of all he does for you. Chosen one, as you journey through life, hold this truth close to your heart. You are never alone. God is with you. In every season, whether you're celebrating victories or enduring hardships, his presence remains constant. He is not a distant observer, but an ever-present helper, standing with you through every challenge and triumph. He is your healer, mending the wounds of your heart and restoring what was lost. He is your provider, meeting your needs in ways that exceed your expectations. He is your protector, shielding you from harm even when you don't realize it. And he is your peace, calming the storms within and around you, bringing stillness to the chaos. When you feel overwhelmed by life's burdens, too weary to take another step, know this: God carries you. His strength is made perfect in your weakness, and His love surrounds you even in the darkest moments. Let these words be the anchor for your soul. I am God, and I am with you. This promise is your foundation, your refuge, and your hope. It reminds you that no matter what lies ahead, you are never forsaken. Now let us turn our hearts to Him in prayer. Heavenly Father, we come before you in awe of your love and power. You are the Alpha and Omega, the beginning and the end. Lord, we lift up every broken heart and weary soul listening to this message. May they feel your presence and know that you are with them. Heal their wounds, restore their hope, and fill them with peace that surpasses all understanding. Let your love ignite a fire in their hearts that cannot be quenched. We declare your promise. When we pass through the waters, you are with us. When we walk through the fire, we will not be burned. Lord, thank you for being our refuge, our strength, and our unshakable hope. In the mighty name of Jesus, we pray. Amen. If this message has touched your heart, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with others. Together, we can spread God's word and bring hope to the world. Chosen ones, what I'm about to share may catch you off guard. But know this: it is no accident that you're encountering this message at this precise moment. God's hand has guided you here because something extraordinary is stirring in your life. A profound transformation is unfolding within you, a shift from merely wanting to having. Yes, you heard that right. Those heartfelt prayers, those deep-seated hopes, and those dreams that once seemed distant are no longer just aspirations floating in the future. They are now stepping into the realm of your reality. This is not just a shift in mindset. It is a deep, spiritual, and energetic realignment. As one of God's chosen, you are about to witness things in your life aligning with such grace and speed that you will be left in awe. However, stepping fully into the blessings that God has prepared for you requires understanding how this shift works. It's about aligning your heart and soul with the divine so you can embrace the fullness of your purpose and desires. If you are truly among the chosen, you will feel drawn to this message. Something deep within your spirit will resonate, confirming that this truth is meant for you. And those who stay until the end, those who hold this truth close, will see their lives change in ways they once only dreamed of. Chosen ones, let's begin this journey by exploring the profound essence of desire. Desire is not just a fleeting wish or a casual thought. It is a sacred awareness of the gap between where you are and where you feel divinely destined to be. This gap is not merely a mental or emotional experience. It is a spiritual realization. Desire is, at its core, a signal from God. It reflects a divine understanding that you were created for more purpose, more growth, and more fulfillment. It is an internal call to step into the extraordinary, to embrace the next chapter of your story. Yet with this call often comes a stirring in the heart, a longing, an ache that something essential is just out of reach. You may be praying for a deeper love, financial provision, career success, or inner peace. Whatever your desire, it represents the sacred tension between your current reality and the divine destiny that awaits you. Desire, if misunderstood, can sometimes overwhelm us. It can fill us with frustration, impatience, or even doubt. But here's the truth: desire is not a burden or a weakness. It is a divine spark, igniting the fires of creation within you. The Bible illustrates this beautifully in the story of Hannah in 1 Samuel. She longed for a child with such intensity that her prayers moved her to the temple, where she poured out her heart to God. Her desire was not a flaw. It was the very force that drew her into a covenant with God. Through her faith, she was blessed with Samuel, who became a prophet. Could your desires be more than mere yearnings? Could they be sacred signals guiding you into deeper alignment with God's divine plan for your life? Consider this: every frustration, every hope, and every dream planted in your heart may carry a purpose far greater than you currently understand. These feelings may not be random. They could be part of God's intricate design, drawing you closer to the life He has prepared for you. Frustration, while uncomfortable, often serves as a catalyst for growth. It can push you to seek solutions, take bold steps, and lean on God for wisdom and direction. Hope, on the other hand, is a powerful force that keeps your heart anchored, reminding you that the story isn't over and that God is still working behind the scenes. Dreams, those vivid visions of what could be, might be God whispering to your spirit, awakening within you a hunger for the extraordinary life He's designed. Without desire, transformation would remain stagnant. Desire is the spark that ignites change, the holy discontent that calls you out of complacency and into action. It is through your longings that God stirs your soul, reminding you that you were made for more, for greater purpose, fulfillment, and joy. Think of Moses, whose desire to free his people burned so deeply that he left his comfort behind to answer God's call. Or consider Nehemiah, whose frustration over Jerusalem's broken walls propelled him into leadership and restoration. In each case, God used their desires to awaken something profound within them, guiding them to fulfill His plan. So ask yourself, what might God be using your own desires to awaken within you? How might He be using them to refine your character, deepen your faith, and guide you closer to Him? Now let's explore the powerful transformation that occurs when you shift from wanting to having. When you remain in a state of wanting, you inadvertently affirm lack. Each time you say, "I want this," or "I need that," you send a signal that what you desire is beyond your reach. This creates a cycle of longing, where fulfillment feels perpetually out of grasp. The Bible offers us guidance here. In Matthew 6:8, we are reminded, "Your Father knows what you need before you ask Him." When you focus on lack, you overlook the profound truth that God already knows your desires and has a plan for them. But what if, instead of yearning, you believe that your prayers were already answered? Jesus tells us in Mark 11:24, "Whatever you ask for in prayer, believe that you have received it, and it will be yours." This verse is not merely about asking. It's about embodying a faith so deep and certain that you live as if your desires are already unfolding before you. Faith like this doesn't wait for evidence. It doesn't require visible proof or immediate results. Instead, it stands firm in the conviction that God's promises are true and His timing is perfect. This shift in perspective is transformative. When you move from longing to receiving, you no longer dwell in a mindset of lack or incompleteness. Instead, you embrace the energy of abundance and fulfillment, aligning yourself with God's will and timing. This transformation is not passive. It's a dynamic, active step into your divine role as a co-creator with God. When you truly believe that your prayers are being answered, your actions, thoughts, and emotions begin to align with that belief. You prepare for the blessings, creating space in your heart and life to receive them. When you make this shift, you transform from yearning to believing, unlocks the divine flow of blessings and positions you to receive them fully and joyfully. One of the greatest challenges in life is learning to trust in divine timing. In a fast-paced world that celebrates instant gratification, waiting often feels like a burden too heavy to bear. Delays can stir anxiety, doubts can creep in, and the desire to control outcomes can grow overwhelming. Yet Scripture provides a profound reminder in Ecclesiastes 3:1. To everything, there is a season and a time to every purpose under heaven. These words invite us to step back and see life from a higher perspective, God's perspective. God's timing is not bound by human expectations or schedules. While we may view waiting as wasted time, He sees it as preparation. Like a master craftsman, God weaves the events of our lives with intricate care, ensuring every moment aligns with His perfect plan. But trusting in that timing requires a shift in mindset, from striving for control to surrendering in faith. When you trust divine timing, you release the need to dictate when or how your hopes and dreams will come to pass. Instead of clinging to anxiety, you embrace peace, Instead of dwelling on doubt, you lean into trust. This surrender doesn't mean passivity. It means acknowledging that God's wisdom far exceeds our own. His delays are not denials, but are often the very moments He uses to shape us, strengthen us, and prepare us for what lies ahead. Consider the relief that comes when you believe every step, even the setbacks, serves a divine purpose. The closed doors, the unexpected detours, the prolonged seasons of waiting, they are all pieces of a larger puzzle that only God can see. Imagine the freedom of releasing your worries and resting in the assurance that He is never early, never late, but always perfectly on time. So what would happen if you fully embrace this trust? You would find a profound peace that surpasses understanding, a joy that no delay could steal, and a hope that anchors your soul even in uncertain seasons. Trusting divine timing doesn't mean you won't face moments of doubt, but it does mean those moments won't define you. As you wait, remember this: God is not slow in fulfilling His promises. He is purposeful, and in His perfect time, everything will fall into place, not just as you imagined, but infinitely better. Faith is one of the most powerful forces in the human experience, a bridge that spans the gap between where you are and where you long to be. It is more than wishful thinking or fleeting hope. Faith is an active, unshakable conviction that what you desire is not just possible, but already taking shape, even when you cannot yet see it. The Bible captures the essence of faith in Hebrews 11:1. Faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. These words reveal that faith isn't abstract or intangible. It has substance. It carries weight and power. Faith allows you to embody the feeling of having, even when your physical reality hasn't yet aligned with your vision. When you move in faith, your inner dialogue shifts. Instead of saying, "I hope this happens," you begin to declare, "I believe it is already happening." Faith transforms "I want" into "I have." This shift in mindset is crucial because it aligns your thoughts and emotions with your desires. Your heart begins to rest in assurance, no longer striving out of desperation, but moving forward in trust and confidence. However, faith is not passive. It requires movement. The Apostle James reminds us in James 2:26 that faith without works is dead. True faith compels action, steps that reflect your belief in the unseen. If you truly believe your dreams are on their way, your actions will naturally align with that belief. It may mean preparing for opportunities before they arise, investing time or energy into your goals, or simply showing gratitude in advance for what is yet to come. Imagine planting a seed in the ground. While you cannot immediately see the seed grow, you water it daily, trusting that it will sprout and flourish. Your faith in its growth motivates your actions. You don't just wait passively, you nurture it. Faith in your own life works the same way. It inspires you to take steps, even small ones, that move you closer to your vision. But let's be honest, faith isn't always easy. There will be moments when doubt tries to creep in, whispering questions like, "What if it doesn't happen?" Or, "What if I'm wrong?" In those moments, lean on God's promises. Remember that His timing is perfect and that He rewards those who trust Him completely. Faith is not about having all the answers. It is about trusting in the one who does. So what would it look like to walk fully in faith today? Perhaps it's choosing gratitude instead of fear. Perhaps it's taking one bold step toward your goal, even if the path ahead feels unclear. Or perhaps it's simply holding on to the truth that you are not walking this journey alone. Faith is the bridge between your desires and your reality. Cross it with confidence, knowing that every step you take brings you closer to the fulfillment of your dreams. With faith in your heart and actions to match, the impossible becomes possible, and what was once unseen becomes your reality. At the core of manifestation lies a profound truth. Energy shapes reality. Every thought you think and every emotion you feel emits a specific frequency, and that frequency acts as a magnet, drawing experiences into your life. Understanding and mastering this energetic principle can transform how you approach your desires, allowing you to co-create a life aligned with your highest aspirations. When your thoughts and emotions dwell in lack, focusing on what you don't have, what's missing, or what's wrong, you align yourself with the frequency of wanting. This energy perpetuates a cycle of scarcity, reinforcing the very reality you wish to change. The more you feel like you're waiting for abundance, the more you remain in a state of waiting. But when you shift your focus to abundance, what you already have and the blessings that surround you, you begin to vibrate at a higher frequency. This energetic state naturally attracts blessings, opportunities, and fulfillment. Gratitude plays a central role in this process. When you cultivate a heart of gratitude, you send a signal to the universe. I am abundant. I am fulfilled. This mindset doesn't just make you feel better in the moment. It rewires your energy, shifting your focus from lack to fulfillment and creating space for greater blessings to flow into your life. Take a moment to reflect on the power of gratitude. Consider how your energy changes when you focus on even the smallest joys. A kind word from a loved one, the warmth of the sun on your face, or the fact that you've made it through challenges you once thought insurmountable. These moments of acknowledgement elevate your vibration, aligning you with the energy of abundance. Visualization is another transformative practice in manifestation. When you visualize, you're not simply imagining a distant dream, you are energetically aligning with your desired reality as if it already exists. This goes beyond seeing it with your mind's eye. It involves feeling it with your whole being. Close your eyes and picture yourself living the life you desire. What does it look like? More importantly, what does it feel like? The emotions of joy, peace, and gratitude you generate during visualization send a clear signal to the universe, accelerating the arrival of that reality into your present. It's important to remember that energy is a two-way conversation. While your thoughts and feelings shape your reality, your external environment also influences your energy. Surround yourself with people, experiences, and practices that uplift and inspire you. Make room in your life, physically and emotionally, for the blessings you're manifesting. Manifestation is not magic. It's a partnership between your energy, actions, and the divine flow of the universe. The key is to approach it with faith and intentionality. Trust that as you align your energy with abundance, you are co-creating with God, who desires to see you thrive. So today, choose to elevate your energy. Focus on gratitude for what is, visualize what will be, and trust the divine timing that brings it all together. As you do, you'll find that manifestation is not about chasing blessings. It's about becoming the kind of person who naturally attracts them. Resistance often stands as the greatest barrier between us and the life we desire. Whether it comes in the form of doubt, fear, or impatience, resistance blocks the flow of blessings meant for us. It keeps us tethered to a mindset of control, an endless struggle to force outcomes, micromanage details, and hold tightly to how we think things should happen. Yet, the path to true abundance lies not in grasping but in letting go. Surrendering to God's process is not a sign of weakness or giving up. It is an act of profound faith. To surrender is to release the burden of control, trusting that God's plan is far greater than anything we could imagine for ourselves. It is an acknowledgement that while we may plant seeds and nurture them, it is God who causes them to grow. Proverbs 3:5-6 offers a powerful reminder. Trust in the Lord with all your heart, and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways submit to Him, and He will make your paths straight. But surrendering is not easy. It requires us to confront the parts of ourselves that fear the unknown. It calls us to let go of the timeline we've created in our minds and the need to control every detail. This act of trust can feel vulnerable, even unsettling. However, it is in this vulnerability that we create space for miracles. Imagine holding a clenched fist, gripping tightly to something you fear losing. In doing so, your hand cannot receive anything new. Now picture opening that fist, releasing control and trusting that something greater is on its way. This is the essence of surrender, making room for God's grace to flow into your life. Resistance often stems from a place of scarcity, a fear that things won't work out, that you'll fall short, or that you're running out of time. But scarcity is a lie that distorts our perspective. God's resources are limitless, and His timing is perfect. When we surrender, we shift from striving to aligning. We stop trying to force blessings and instead position ourselves to receive them. Consider how much lighter life becomes when you stop carrying the weight of needing to figure everything out. Surrender allows you to move from stress to peace, from striving to trusting. It is an invitation to lean into God's promises, to trust that He is working behind the scenes in ways you cannot yet see. Miracles often occur in the space where we let go. When we release our grip on how things must happen, we give God room to surprise us with His goodness. Surrender doesn't mean passivity. It means partnering with God, taking inspired action while leaving the outcomes in His hands. As you surrender, you'll find that life flows more freely. The very act of letting go becomes the doorway through which blessings, peace, and miracles enter. In surrender, you align yourself with God's grace, and in that alignment, all things are possible. Chosen ones, you are called to rise above the limitations of your external circumstances and live in the state of having. This is a powerful shift, a divine alignment that acknowledges a truth far greater than what the eyes can see. What you desire is already yours. Living in the state of having means embodying abundance, not as something you hope for in the future, but as a reality that already exists. This is not wishful thinking or empty affirmation. It is a divine truth rooted in your connection to God, who is the source of all abundance. When you embrace this truth, you stop defining yourself by lack or limitations. You no longer let your current circumstances dictate your sense of worth, joy, or possibility. Instead, you anchor yourself in the certainty of your divine inheritance. This internal shift transforms everything. Your thoughts become aligned with gratitude and confidence. Your emotions are rooted in peace and joy, and your actions begin to reflect the person you are becoming, not the person you've been. You act with faith, speak with assurance, and carry yourself with the energy of someone who knows that every desire placed in their heart is already being fulfilled. As you live in this state, blessings flow to you effortlessly. The energy of having is magnetic. It attracts opportunities, aligns you with divine timing, and opens doors you never thought possible. People, resources, and circumstances are drawn to you in ways that feel almost miraculous. This isn't coincidence. It's the natural outcome of aligning yourself with God's abundant flow. Understand this. Abundance is not something you chase. It is something you embody. When you step into the state of having, you affirm that you are already whole, already enough, and already worthy of the good things you desire. This truth doesn't just transform your reality, it transforms your spirit. You begin to see yourself as God sees you, blessed, chosen, and overflowing with potential. But stepping into this state requires trust. Trust in God's timing, trust in His provision, and trust in yourself as a co-creator with Him. It requires letting go of the fear, doubt, and impatience that keep you stuck in a state of wanting. Wanting keeps you focused on what you lack. Having focuses on what you are already receiving. The moment you make this shift, your reality begins to transform. Chosen ones, the time is now. You have waited long enough, doubted long enough, and played small long enough. Step into your divine power. Trust that the process is unfolding perfectly, even if you cannot yet see the full picture. Know that every desire you hold in faith is already on its way to you. If this message resonates with you, take a moment to affirm it. Like this video, share it with someone who needs encouragement, and comment below with the words, "I am already abundant," because you are. You are already whole, and the universe, God's divine creation, is ready to shower you with blessings beyond measure. Your shift from wanting to having has begun. Embrace it fully, and watch as your life transforms in ways that are greater than anything you could ask or imagine. Have you ever wondered why, despite your talent, your heart for God, and your unwavering desire to help others, you still face financial struggles? Why does it seem that those handpicked by God often endure hardship while others thrive effortlessly? Is this a punishment, or is there a deeper divine purpose at play? In today's video, we will uncover the profound truth behind why God's chosen ones often face financial difficulties. This revelation will shift your perspective and transform your journey. Stay with me until the end, as we'll conclude with a powerful prayer that can bring blessings and peace into your life. It's entirely natural to feel discouraged when bills mount, opportunities seem scarce, and you feel overlooked in a world that often equates success with material wealth. In such moments, it's easy to wonder if God has turned away. But let me assure you, financial hardship is not a sign of God's absence. On the contrary, it can be a powerful tool in His sovereign hands, used to mold and refine you into the person He has destined you to become. God never allows lack to destroy you. He uses it to develop you. Much like gold refined by fire, your trials are purging impurities and strengthening your faith. Financial struggles often serve as God's crucible, designed to strip away pride, self-reliance, and misplaced priorities, replacing them with endurance, humility, and trust. These seasons of lack are not meant to harm you, but to prepare you for the greater purpose He has set before you. Consider the growth that occurs in adversity. In times of plenty, it's easy to coast on comfort, but it is in hardship that faith deepens, resilience is forged, and character matures. Just as Joseph endured years of betrayal and imprisonment before stepping into his God-ordained role as a leader, so too are you being prepared for something greater than you can imagine. The struggles you face today are not wasted. They are crafting the tools you'll need to fulfill your calling. Trust the process, for God is at work in ways you cannot yet see. These trials are not punishment but preparation, and they are shaping you into a vessel capable of carrying the blessings and responsibilities of your divine assignment. Material wealth, while seemingly desirable, often becomes a crutch, subtly shifting our trust away from God. It lulls us into a false sense of security, making us believe that money can solve all our problems and provide lasting comfort. Society reinforces this illusion, urging us to chase riches as though they are the ultimate source of fulfillment. But as believers, we know a deeper truth. True provision comes not from wealth, but from the hand of God. Take the Israelites in the wilderness as a profound example. They had no stockpiles of riches, no sprawling farms to sustain them, yet they were never abandoned. God provided manna from heaven, their daily sustenance, a miraculous provision that reminded them of their complete dependence on Him. In Deuteronomy 8:3, God declares, "Man shall not live by bread alone, but by every word that proceeds from the mouth of the Lord." Their reliance on Him was not a sign of weakness but a testament to their faith. Each day they trusted that God would meet their needs, and He never failed. Likewise, financial lack in our lives serves a similar purpose. It forces us to our knees, leading us back to the one who is Jehovah Jireh, our provider. These moments of dependency are not designed to shame us, but to deepen our relationship with God. When we have no earthly wealth to lean on, we are reminded that our true security lies not in the fleeting promises of material abundance, but in the eternal faithfulness of the Lord. In these seasons, we grow closer to Him, learning to trust His timing, His provision, and His plan. Financial struggles become a sacred opportunity to experience His sustaining power and develop a faith that rests solely in Him. Money has a unique way of exposing the true motives of the heart. It challenges us to ask difficult questions. Are we serving God, or have we unwittingly become servants of wealth? Are we driven by a desire for financial security, or are we passionately pursuing God's will for our lives? These are questions that every believer must confront, especially in times of financial struggle. Jesus speaks directly to this tension in Matthew 6:24, declaring, "No one can serve two masters. You cannot serve both God and money." His words are a stark reminder that wealth is not just a tool, it's also a test. It reveals whether our hearts are aligned with God's purposes or entangled in the pursuit of worldly gain. Financial hardship, though painful, can serve as God's refining fire, purging our hearts of pride, greed, and self-reliance. These seasons force us to examine where our trust lies and to recommit ourselves to a life centered on Him. God uses these moments not to punish but to prepare. He is shaping us into faithful stewards who will handle future blessings with integrity and purpose. When resources are scarce, our faith is tested. Will we remain faithful to God's calling even when it doesn't come with financial ease? Will we cling to Him, trusting in His provision? Or will we falter in fear and doubt? When blessings finally come, God desires that we use them for His glory and to bless others. He is not interested in building our comfort, but in building His kingdom through us. By allowing financial struggles, He ensures that when the abundance arrives, we will steward it wisely, not for selfish gain, but as vessels of generosity and tools to further His purposes on earth. Wealth, while often viewed as a blessing, can also be a burden when given prematurely. Without the character and maturity to manage it wisely, wealth can lead to downfall rather than fulfillment. The story of the prodigal son in Luke 15:11-32 illustrates this truth vividly. The younger son demanded his inheritance before he was ready, and lacking the wisdom and discipline to steward it, he squandered it in reckless living. What should have been a blessing became a curse because he lacked the maturity to handle its weight. Likewise, God in His infinite wisdom may withhold financial abundance in your life, not to punish you, but to protect and prepare you. He knows the dangers of too much wealth too soon. It can breed pride, greed, and a false sense of self-reliance. Instead of drawing you closer to Him, it can pull you away, entangling you in the distractions of materialism. This season of financial lack is not wasted. It's a season of growth. God is cultivating in you the spiritual maturity necessary to handle wealth without corruption. He's teaching you humility, showing you the value of responsibility, and imparting the wisdom needed to see money not as a source of personal indulgence, but as a powerful tool for kingdom work. Through this process, He's shaping you into a steward who can be trusted with His resources. God is not denying your blessing. In fact, He's preparing you for something far greater. When the time comes and the blessings flow, you'll be equipped to use them for His glory, to advance His kingdom, bless others, and manage your resources in alignment with His will. Trust this process of preparation, for it is setting the foundation for the abundance to come. Financial struggles can often have a spiritual dimension, stemming not from natural causes alone, but from active opposition in the unseen realm. The enemy recognizes your God-given potential, your ability to bless others, to break generational cycles of poverty, and to use resources to advance the kingdom of God. He knows that financial freedom in your hands could mean a greater impact for Christ, and so he works tirelessly to create obstacles and resistance. Ephesians 6:12 reveals the reality of this battle. For we do not wrestle against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this age, against spiritual hosts of wickedness in the heavenly places. Your financial struggles are not always a sign of failure or poor decisions. They can be evidence of spiritual warfare, a direct attack meant to hinder you from fulfilling your divine purpose. The enemy's tactics are clear. He seeks to instill doubt, fear, and discouragement, hoping to weaken your faith and divert your focus from God's promises. He aims to choke the flow of resources so that you feel unable to move forward in your calling. Yet, as believers, we know that the enemy's efforts are futile. Greater is He that is in you than he that is in the world. Take heart and stand firm in the knowledge that God is with you. Financial resistance may feel overwhelming, but it is also a sign of your significance in the kingdom of God. Through Christ, your victory is already secured. Use this season of struggle to deepen your faith, fortify your prayer life, and declare God's promises over your finances. Your breakthrough is not only possible, it is inevitable through the power of Jesus Christ. In times of financial hardship, it's easy to feel disheartened, wondering why God has allowed such struggles into your life. But rest assured, your current season of difficulty is not without purpose. Just as David spent years tending sheep in obscurity before ascending to the throne, and Joseph endured betrayal, slavery, and imprisonment before ruling in Egypt, your struggles are a divine preparation for something greater. Romans 5:3-4 reminds us of this process. We glory in our sufferings because suffering produces perseverance. Perseverance, character, and character, hope. These verses reveal the beauty hidden within trials. Through suffering, God is producing in you the perseverance to endure, the character to lead, and the hope that anchors your soul. Every challenge, every closed door, and every unmet need is shaping you into the vessel God requires for His purpose. This season is not about punishment, it's about transformation. Financial hardships are molding your character, teaching you the value of humility, discipline, and trust. They are sharpening your faith, forcing you to rely not on your own strength but on God's unfailing provision. In these moments, your dependence on Him grows deeper and your vision becomes clearer. Do not despise the process. Though it may be painful, it is necessary. Just as gold is refined in fire, you are being refined to reflect God's glory. These trials are crafting you into someone capable of carrying the weight of the blessings and responsibilities God has planned for your future. Trust the process, for it is preparing you to step into a purpose far greater than you can imagine, one that will glorify God and bless others. Proverbs 16:18 offers a sobering truth. Pride goes before destruction, and a haughty spirit before a fall. God, in His infinite wisdom, understands the dangers that wealth can bring into our lives. While financial abundance can be a blessing, it also carries with it the risk of pride, greed, and a sense of self-reliance that can pull us away from our dependence on Him. God, who sees the end from the beginning, knows what is best for us, and in His mercy, He may choose to withhold financial blessings to safeguard our souls. Wealth has a way of whispering false promises. It lures us with the illusion of self-sufficiency, convincing us that we no longer need to rely on God. It can subtly shift our priorities, leading us to place our trust in material possessions rather than the One who provides all things. Left unchecked, this false security can blind us to our spiritual needs and lead us down a path of spiritual decline. God's withholding of financial abundance is not a punishment. It is an act of love. He is not denying you blessings. He is preparing and protecting you. Before He releases greater resources into your hands, He ensures that your spirit is fortified, your character is refined, and your heart remains aligned with His purpose. This period of waiting is a time of preparation, where God works to ensure that the blessings He entrusts to you will not lead to destruction but will instead be used for His glory. Trust that God's timing is perfect. He is safeguarding you from the very dangers that unchecked wealth can bring, ensuring that when the time comes, you will handle His blessings responsibly and remain steadfast in your reliance on Him. Financial lack can be one of God's most effective tools for redirecting your priorities. In a world that constantly measures success by wealth and possessions, it's easy to get caught up in chasing material gain. But Colossians 3:2 offers a clear reminder of where our focus should lie. Set your minds on things above, not on earthly things. Sometimes God uses seasons of financial difficulty to shift our gaze from the temporary to the eternal, from worldly success to kingdom significance. When money is abundant, it's natural to drift toward material pursuits. Comfort and ease can subtly pull us away from seeking God's will, as our focus often shifts to acquiring more or maintaining what we have. But when the flow of resources stops, the distractions of wealth fade away, and our vision clears. In these moments, God gently redirects our hearts toward what truly matters, our relationship with Him and the divine calling He has placed on our lives. Financial struggles are often a divine invitation to step into something greater. God may be using this time to draw you into deeper ministry, greater acts of service, or a purpose that transcends monetary gain. He is refining your priorities, teaching you to value eternal rewards over fleeting earthly treasures. These struggles can become a sacred opportunity to realign your life with His will, ensuring that your heart is set on things above. Though this season may feel challenging, trust that God is at work. He is clearing the path for you to focus on your calling, to serve others, and to build treasures in heaven rather than on earth. Allow this time of lack to realign your heart with God's eternal purposes, trusting that He is preparing you for something far greater than material wealth. Financial hardship serves a purpose far greater than our immediate understanding. It cultivates empathy and compassion for others. 2 Corinthians 1:4 reminds us of this truth. God comforts us in all our troubles, so that we can comfort those in trouble with the comfort we ourselves receive from God. Your struggles are not just about you, they are shaping you to be a source of comfort and hope for others facing similar challenges. Walking through seasons of financial difficulty gives you a first-hand understanding of the stress, uncertainty, and vulnerability that come with lack. You begin to relate deeply to the pain of unpaid bills, the anxiety of stretching resources, and the weight of making ends meet. These experiences soften your heart, teaching you to see others not with judgment but with compassion. When God blesses you with abundance, those moments of struggle will not be forgotten. Instead, they will inspire you to extend generosity and kindness to others in need. You will become a vessel of God's love, using your blessings to uplift and encourage those still in their season of lack. Financial hardship, though difficult, is preparing you to be a light to others, a reflection of God's comfort and provision. You may be facing financial struggles because God has called you to be a cycle breaker, a chosen vessel to end generational patterns of poverty and lack. This is no small task, but it is a sacred calling. Galatians 3:13 reminds us that Christ redeemed us from the curse of the law, offering freedom from every bondage. Yet, breaking free from these patterns often requires enduring and overcoming the very struggles you are called to dismantle. The financial challenges you face are not a sign of failure, but of divine purpose. God is using your experiences to shape you into someone who not only breaks free from these cycles, but also establishes new patterns of stewardship, wisdom, and faith. Through this process, you are gaining the tools and insights needed to create a legacy of financial freedom and provision for your family and future generations. Your struggles are not in vain. They are paving the way for those who come after you to walk in the blessings of abundance without the weight of past burdens. Trust that God is equipping you to be the one who transforms your family's story, replacing cycles of lack with a legacy of faith, provision, and divine favor. 1 Peter 1:6-7 declares, "These trials have come so that the proven genuineness of your faith, of greater worth than gold, may result in praise, glory, and honor." This verse reminds us that trials, though painful, serve a divine purpose. Financial struggles in particular strip away our reliance on worldly resources and redirect our trust to the only true source of provision, God. When the comforts and securities of material wealth are removed, we are left to confront where our true faith lies. These moments of lack challenge us to turn to God with a deeper dependence, seeking Him as our provider and sustainer. As we walk through these trials, our faith is refined, much like gold is purified in fire, removing impurities and revealing its true value. This process not only strengthens your trust in God, but also sharpens your spiritual focus. You begin to see what truly matters, not wealth or possessions, but your relationship with the one who holds all things in His hands. Financial trials are not meant to harm you, but to prepare you for greater spiritual growth, ensuring your faith emerges stronger and more genuine, ultimately bringing glory and honor to God. Ecclesiastes 3:11 reminds us of a profound truth. He has made everything beautiful in its time. In seasons of waiting and financial struggle, it can be tempting to feel forgotten or question God's plans, but His delays are never denials. Instead, they are part of a divine process of preparation and alignment, ensuring that when the blessing comes, it will be far greater than you imagined. God's timing is perfect, even when it feels slow to us. He is working behind the scenes, orchestrating the right connections, creating the ideal opportunities, and setting the stage for your breakthrough. What may seem like stagnation is actually divine preparation. Every delay has a purpose, refining your character, strengthening your faith, and ensuring that you are ready to handle the abundance He has planned for you. Trust in God's timing, for when the appointed moment arrives, the blessings will not just meet your expectations, they will exceed them. Your breakthrough will be undeniable, a testament to His faithfulness and perfect plan. Be patient in the waiting, knowing that God is never late and that His timing will make everything in your life truly beautiful. 2 Corinthians 5:7 declares, "We walk by faith, not by sight." This powerful verse serves as a guiding light, especially during financial struggles. When resources are scarce and solutions seem out of reach, it can be easy to feel overwhelmed by what your eyes see. Yet God calls us to trust not in the visible, but in His unseen provision. Financial hardships challenge us to let go of the illusion of control and lean entirely on God's promises. They teach us to believe in what we cannot yet see, a God who provides, sustains, and leads us through every trial. This kind of faith transcends circumstances. It's a faith that grows stronger in the face of uncertainty, rooted not in what the world offers but in the unshakable truth of who God is. Walking by faith means trusting that even when your bank account is empty, heaven's storehouses are full. It means believing that God is working all things for your good, even when the path ahead is unclear. These struggles are not meant to weaken you, but to cultivate a resilient faith that endures beyond challenges, deepening your reliance on the one who never fails. If you've misused the blessings God has provided in the past, it's possible that your current season of financial struggle is His way of teaching you the critical value of stewardship. Luke 16:10 reminds us, "Whoever can be trusted with very little can also be trusted with much." This verse highlights a profound truth. God desires for us to be faithful in managing what we already have before He entrusts us with greater abundance. This season is not about punishment, it's about preparation. Perhaps in the past, resources were squandered, opportunities were missed, or priorities were misaligned. God, in His mercy, uses seasons of lack to help us reflect, learn, and grow. It's a time to evaluate your habits, reset your priorities, and develop the discipline and wisdom required to steward future blessings effectively. Through this process, God is shaping you into a responsible and faithful steward, someone who can handle abundance without being consumed by it. He's teaching you to honor Him with your resources, to plan wisely, and to give generously. Embrace this season as a divine reset, knowing that when the time comes, you'll be ready to handle His blessings in a way that glorifies Him and serves His purposes. Philippians 4:12-13 offers a timeless lesson in resilience and faith. "I have learned the secret of being content in every situation. I can do all this through Him who gives me strength." The Apostle Paul's words remind us that contentment is not tied to external circumstances, but rooted in our relationship with Christ. This truth becomes especially clear during seasons of financial struggle. When resources are limited, the allure of wealth as a source of happiness fades. Financial challenges strip away the distractions of material pursuits and reveal where true joy and peace can be found. In Christ alone. Money may provide temporary comfort, but it cannot fill the deepest needs of your soul. Only a relationship with Jesus can offer the enduring fulfillment, strength, and hope that we all long for. These struggles are a sacred opportunity to deepen your faith and shift your focus from temporary treasures to eternal truths. They teach you to trust in God's provision, to rest in His promises, and to find satisfaction in His presence. As you draw closer to Christ, you'll discover that contentment doesn't come from what you have, but from knowing who He is. This is the secret to lasting peace, even in the midst of lack. Sometimes, seasons of financial struggle are not an accident, but a temporary and necessary part of your divine calling. Matthew 6:33 reminds us, "Seek first His kingdom and His righteousness, and all these things will be given to you as well. This verse challenges us to prioritize God's purpose above all else, trusting that He will provide for our needs in His perfect timing. Your calling may not immediately lead to financial abundance. In fact, it may require sacrifice, patience, and faith as you pursue the work God has set before you. Whether it's ministry, missions, or a purpose-driven career, the rewards of your obedience may not always be material. Yet, the eternal impact of following God's will far outweighs any temporary hardship. God is using this time to align your heart with His priorities. He's teaching you to rely on Him fully and to trust that His provision will come when the time is right. While the world measures success in dollars and possessions, your divine purpose transcends earthly wealth. The seeds you plant in obedience today will yield eternal rewards that cannot be measured. Embrace this season, knowing that God's plans are greater and His timing is perfect. Let us end with a prayer. Heavenly Father, we trust Your perfect plan. Though we face struggles, we know You are using them to refine us and draw us closer to You. Help us to rely on You to grow in wisdom and to walk by faith. We trust Your timing and thank You for the blessings to come. In Jesus' name, Amen. Trust that God is preparing you for greater things. Your financial struggles are not the end. They are the foundation for a future filled with purpose, abundance, and blessings. There's a reason you feel different, set apart, as if you're walking through life with a secret only the universe knows. Awaken, chosen ones. Because the most formidable power isn't one that announces itself. It's the one hidden in plain sight. Whispers have circled about those who are gifted, touched by something extraordinary. But here's the twist. Not even you, the chosen one, fully understand the depths of your true identity. It's a riddle locked away by divine intention, preserved until the precise moment you are meant to reveal yourself. Why? Because what lies within you isn't just any kind of strength. It's a hidden force that could reshape everything. If the world knew what you were capable of, chaos might follow. They'd either place you on a pedestal as the next superhero meme or seek to control you, commodify your essence. But here's the beauty. You're hidden in plain sight, underestimated, blending seamlessly into the tapestry of the mundane. And why does this happen? Because your time hasn't come. You're a key piece in a game of cosmic chess, where the most subtle and patient moves win. Until then, you are both the calm before the storm and the unexpected plot twist waiting to disrupt everything. You embody a contradiction, the harmony of humility cloaking unimaginable strength. Those who cross your path may think they've figured you out. They see a calm presence, someone who moves with modesty and simplicity. But they're wrong. Beneath this serene exterior lies an untamed power that could shift the very ground you walk on. Yet you don't unleash it, not out of fear or hesitation, but because you understand the art of timing. Why show your cards when you're playing to win the entire game? The world often equates power with noise, boisterous confidence, and visible domination. But your quiet strength is a storm no one sees coming. This patience, this restraint, is not a lack of ambition. It's a strategy. People may mistake your silence for weakness, but in reality, it's the profound control of someone who doesn't need to prove anything. You're playing the long game, knowing that real power needs no spotlight. And when the time is right and you choose to reveal even a fraction of what you're capable of, the shift will be seismic. Until then, you continue in the shadows, confident that your silence is your most formidable disguise. Every tear you've shed, every moment when you felt the weight of the world bearing down on you was not in vain. Your trials were not random acts of suffering. They were a masterclass in resilience. The universe doesn't test the weak, it refines the chosen. Each setback, each heartbreak, was a fire that burned away the unnecessary, leaving only your purest, strongest parts intact. While others break under pressure, you adapt and rise. You've been forged like steel, heated and hammered until every ounce of your being is sharp and unyielding. This process was never about punishment. It was preparation, an intricate divine plan designed to make you indomitable. Through your challenges, you've learned survival, adaptability, and the kind of strength that only comes from enduring the storm and standing tall when the sky clears. Think back to your darkest moments. While they were painful, they also forced you to dig deep, to find reserves of courage you never knew existed. Without those moments, you wouldn't have the depth, insight, or power that now courses through your veins. The truth is, true greatness requires pressure. Diamonds don't form in the soft embrace of the earth. They are born under crushing forces. Your struggles were a blueprint, crafting you into a force that can not only withstand adversity but thrive in its wake. It's not something you try to do, but you intimidate people. Your presence alone can be unsettling, a quiet reminder that power doesn't always need to announce itself. While others may puff out their chests and seek validation through showy displays of confidence, you move with an understated grace that speaks volumes. It's not that you're aloof or intentionally making others uncomfortable. It's that there's something about your energy that hints at a deeper power, an unseen force that commands respect without asking for it. The truth is, most people are not accustomed to real strength. They're used to the loud, the flashy, the obvious. But your quiet confidence throws them off. It makes them question themselves and the superficial definitions of power they've built their lives around. They may not understand why they feel this way around you, but they sense it. There's more to you than meets the eye. This is why God has chosen to keep your identity hidden. If people were fully aware of what you carry inside, it wouldn't just make them uneasy, it would terrify them. The world isn't ready for your full light yet, and that's by design. Your quiet power creates a natural filter, repelling those who aren't meant to be in your life while attracting those who can handle your intensity. The ones who stay are the ones who can see beyond the surface and appreciate the silent storm that is you. While others are swept up in trends, debates, and distractions, you see through it all. Your vision cuts through the noise like a blade, revealing the motives and truths that most are too busy, or too afraid, to see. This clarity isn't an accident, it's a gift. It's part of why you were chosen, why your identity must remain concealed until the right moment. Most people build their lives on half-truths and comforting illusions, but you see beyond that. You're not seduced by appearances, you're drawn to substance. This ability can be isolating. You might find yourself wondering why others can't see what seems so obvious to you. But this insight comes with its own challenges. If you were to reveal everything you know, it wouldn't just open eyes, it would disrupt lives. The weight of that knowledge could be too much for most to bear. That's why, for now, your understanding stays hidden. You navigate life playing chess while others are stuck playing checkers, moving with an awareness that few can fathom. Your discernment keeps you steps ahead of those who are caught in life's superficial games. You know when people are being sincere and when they're masking their true selves. You see through the charades and understand that most battles fought in the public eye are distractions from the true conflict happening beneath the surface. You operate on a different level, one that doesn't seek applause but focuses on impact. Your path is not something that ordinary people can grasp. Your destiny is so vast that to reveal your true nature prematurely would invite disbelief, jealousy, and attempts to contain you within limited definitions of success. You weren't crafted for mediocrity or bound by conventional standards. Your dreams stretch beyond what most consider possible, not because you're audacious, but because your spirit was designed to soar. Living among those who see only the small picture can be challenging. Your ideas, ambitions, and vision might seem excessive to some or overly idealistic. But their reactions are not a reflection of you. They're a mirror of their own limitations. If you revealed the true magnitude of your destiny too soon, it would invite misunderstanding and worse, attempts to box you in. People project their fears onto what they can't understand, and your brilliance would be no exception. This hidden phase of your life is crucial. It's a time for you to grow without external pressures, to cultivate your abilities without the weight of judgment or expectation. You are meant to rise in your own time, not just for your sake, but to inspire others to break free from their own constraints. When your time comes, your emergence will not just elevate you, it will challenge those around you to expand their own understanding of what is possible. Your way of seeing the world is almost alien to most. You don't just think outside the box, you live there. While others get caught in the noise of daily life, you're already envisioning what's next, questioning the very fabric of reality itself. It's not arrogance, it's how you're wired. Your thoughts are revolutionary, your ideas disruptive, and your insights so deep they could shake foundational beliefs. And yet the world isn't ready. If you shared the full depth of your understanding, it wouldn't just challenge people. It would shatter the carefully built illusions they depend on. Most people aren't equipped to handle the kind of enlightenment you carry. They're comfortable with lies that fit their narrative, unwilling to confront the hard truths that could unsettle their world. That's why, for now, your wisdom stays under wraps. This hidden knowledge is your power, a silent force shaping the way you interact with the world. It's why you don't rush to share your insights or try to convince others of your perspective. You know that your moment will come, and when it does, the truth you reveal will be undeniable. Until then, you walk among others, holding a reality they can't yet see. In a world obsessed with noise, your silence speaks louder than any proclamation. While others feel compelled to broadcast their every move, you choose stillness. It's not because you lack things to say. It's because you understand that real power is felt, not heard. Those who constantly declare their worth are often seeking validation. You, however, don't need to. Your silence carries weight, commanding respect without demanding it. This quiet strength is unsettling to some because it defies the norms. In a society where the loudest voice often wins, your calm confidence is a reminder that power isn't about volume but depth. People may misinterpret your silence as passivity, but in truth, it's a shield, a strategy that keeps unnecessary drama at bay and lets you operate under the radar. You know that words can be forgotten, but the impact of silence lingers. Your silence allows you to move deliberately. Every action is a calculated choice, far more powerful than empty words. When you do speak or act, the world takes notice. Those who are attuned to your energy will understand. For those who don't, they were never meant to. Your silence is not just a lack of noise, it's a statement, an unspoken declaration of self-assurance and mastery. Without even trying, you repel those with shallow motives. There's something about your energy that acts like a mirror, reflecting the true nature of those around you. People with hidden agendas or false pretenses find it difficult to be in your presence because it's as if their masks start to slip. They can't maintain their facade because, deep down, they know you see through it. You don't go out of your way to expose these people. They do it to themselves simply by being near you. This is one of your greatest strengths. It acts as a filter, naturally pushing away those who don't belong in your life and making space for those who can see your worth. You don't waste time with pretenders because they self-select out of your circle. Your authenticity acts like a spotlight, illuminating every false motive and revealing the truth behind interactions. This natural barrier is one of the reasons your identity is kept hidden. It's for your protection. If people with shallow intentions fully grasp the depth of your power, they wouldn't just feel uncomfortable, they'd crumble. And in a world full of pretenders, being genuine is a power few can handle. Your abilities are like a ticking time bomb, full of potential, waiting for the right moment to detonate. You know you possess talents and insights that others would do anything to have, yet you hold back. This isn't fear, it's wisdom. The timing of your revelation is crucial. The world isn't yet ready for the magnitude of what you carry. You may have moments where inspiration strikes, a flash of brilliance that could change everything. But you pause, not out of hesitation, but because you know the value of patience. Revealing your power too soon could lead to misunderstanding, misuse, or resistance from those who aren't prepared for it. God orchestrates these delays, ensuring that when your time comes, the impact is monumental. Each experience, each lesson learned, sharpens your edge. Your potential is not dormant. It's growing, evolving, waiting for the perfect conditions to ignite. The world might be impatient, but you understand that your gifts are meant for something greater, something that will leave a mark that's unforgettable. When that moment comes, you won't just step into your power, you'll explode into it, illuminating paths for others to follow. While many fear solitude, you thrive in it. Isolation isn't a punishment. For you, it's a sanctuary. It's where you find clarity, where your creativity flourishes, and where your most profound realizations come to light. In a world that equates worth with social presence, your comfort with being alone is misunderstood as a weakness, but it's anything but. In solitude, you connect with the deepest parts of yourself, exploring ideas free from the noise and opinions of others. It's where you recharge, strengthen your resolve, and prepare for what's next. This time apart is vital, allowing you to cultivate insights and skills that most can't even comprehend because they are too busy seeking validation. Your isolation is where your true strength lies. It's where you learn to trust yourself fully. God has kept you apart from the chaos for a reason. This time allows you to build an unshakable foundation. When you step back into the world, you bring with you a well of wisdom that sets you apart. People might see your solitude as a disadvantage, but it's the breeding ground for your greatest strengths. It's in these quiet moments that you gather the power that will one day inspire and uplift those around you. Your identity is hidden not just for your growth, but for your protection. There are adversaries you haven't yet encountered, individuals and forces that would do anything to undermine your progress if they knew the truth. Your gifts, your power, they're formidable enough to inspire envy, fear, and attempts at control. God's shielding is no accident. It's a strategic move. By keeping your true nature under wraps, you're granted the time and space to strengthen yourself without interference. This cloak of invisibility allows you to move freely, honing your skills and preparing for the inevitable battles to come. When those adversaries finally reveal themselves, you will be more than ready to face them. Your current phase of invisibility isn't weakness, it's preparation. You're not just hidden, you're fortified. This time is an opportunity to gather your strength so that when you do step into the light, you're not only ready, but unstoppable. Your emergence will be a force that can't be ignored, proving that the quietest moments often birth the strongest warriors. You are not a weapon to be wielded by just anyone. Your potential is too great, too impactful to be controlled or misused. Unlike those who seek power for selfish gains, your gifts are reserved for a higher calling. They are meant to challenge the status quo, disrupt norms, and spark authentic change. God's careful shielding ensures that your gifts are nurtured, not squandered. You aren't here to engage in trivial pursuits. You are being prepared for monumental tasks that require a unique kind of strength and insight. This time of waiting is an incubation period where you gain the discernment needed to navigate the complexities of your destiny. When the time comes, you won't just play the game. You'll redefine it. Your purpose will be clear, and your impact profound. You were not meant to be part of the noise, but a catalyst for transformation. Your journey isn't defined by survival, but by the indelible mark you are destined to leave. Your existence is a testament to the extraordinary potential within you. Every struggle you have faced, every moment wrapped in silence, and every instance of solitude has been more than mere experiences. They have been your crucible. These moments were not just tests. They were divine preparations, each refining you, honing your character, and carving out a vessel capable of holding a power few can fathom. Understand that the quiet times, when life seemed to move slower and the world's noise seemed to fade, were not moments of absence, but moments of profound growth. In those silent stretches, you gathered wisdom, patience, and resilience that would become the foundation for your greatest triumphs. When your moment arrives, It won't come with fanfare or be accompanied by a declaration. It will be a quiet unveiling, profound yet natural, and the world will finally understand that the greatest forces are those hidden until the perfect moment to rise. This will be the moment where your struggles will make sense, your silence will be understood, and your solitude will prove its worth. And when that day comes, the world will finally understand that the greatest forces are often the ones hidden until the perfect moment to rise. As you journey towards this destiny, remember that every step, every setback, and every triumph has a purpose. You are not just surviving, you are preparing. And when you finally stand in your full light, the world will see that your existence was never ordinary, but always extraordinary. If this message resonated with you and inspired yourself, consider joining us on this journey of discovery and empowerment. Hit that subscribe button and be part of this community. Your support means everything, helping us bring more value content. Thank you for being here, and get ready for the moment when your light shines brightest.
Family is often seen as the core foundation of our existence, a place where we find unconditional love, support, and shared memories. It's where our identity is shaped and our values are molded. From the earliest stages of life, we are taught that family is everything. This belief is celebrated in countless cultures, becoming almost sacred. The idealized vision of family is a source of safety, belonging, and unity, a place where we can grow into our best selves. However, as many of us have come to realize, family is not always the perfect sanctuary it is painted to be. Sometimes, the very people who should provide care, understanding, and support end up becoming the root of our deepest wounds. Toxic family members can erode our confidence, manipulate our emotions, and create an environment filled with shame, guilt, and anger. This truth is often difficult to confront because society tells us to hold our family dear, no matter what. Yet, there comes a point when recognizing toxic behaviors and setting boundaries becomes essential to preserving our mental, emotional, and spiritual well-being. In this video, we will explore 7 types of toxic family members that can have a significant impact on our lives, not only by their presence, but also by the subtle ways in which they control, diminish, or manipulate us. By recognizing these patterns, we can begin the process of healing, regaining control over our lives, and learning how to navigate family dynamics in a healthy way. Number 1. The helicopter family member, overprotective or overbearing. In theory, having a family member who cares deeply about your well-being should be a blessing. However, there's a fine line between care and control. Helicopter family members, much like the name suggests, hover over you incessantly. They might appear to be concerned about your life choices, offering advice at every turn, but beneath this guise of care lies a deep need for control. Helicopter family members often dictate major life decisions, such as career choices, relationships, and even day-to-day activities. They might insist that they know what's best for you, leaving little room for you to grow independently. While their intentions may initially seem well-meaning, over time, their constant interference stifles your ability to trust your own judgment. When we live under the shadow of helicopter relatives, we lose the opportunity to learn from our mistakes or to celebrate our achievements fully. Instead, everything becomes a reflection of their desires for us. This control can breed a sense of inadequacy and dependence. In some cases, their involvement stems from their own insecurities as they attempt to live vicariously through your successes and failures. The inability to break free from their influence can lead to long-term damage to self-esteem, making it difficult to trust your own instincts. The path to healing involves recognizing that guidance is not the same as control. We need to differentiate between genuine advice that helps us grow and manipulative suggestions that steer us away from our authentic selves. Establishing boundaries and asserting our independence can be difficult, especially if guilt has been instilled in us from a young age. But understanding that independence is not an act of rebellion, but an act of self-empowerment, is key to breaking free from the helicopter family member's grasp. Number 2. The entitled family member, the expectation of unearned rewards. Entitlement within families is a delicate and often painful dynamic. The entitled family member expects that they should benefit from your hard work, success, or generosity, even if they played no part in your journey. This individual often demands a share of your achievements, whether it's financial success, career breakthroughs, or personal happiness. They may not have been there during your struggles, yet they suddenly appear when things start going well, expecting to reap the rewards of your efforts. These family members may frame their entitlement as familial duty or loyalty. Phrases like, "We're family, you owe me," or "You wouldn't have this without me," are common tools of manipulation. They fail to acknowledge the sacrifices, dedication, and personal investment it took for you to reach your goals. And when their demands are unmet, they can turn resentful, calling you selfish or ungrateful. The challenge in dealing with entitled family members is that their sense of ownership over your life can become suffocating. They often play the victim when their unreasonable expectations aren't met, leveraging guilt and family loyalty to get what they want. In their eyes, they are entitled not only to your resources, but to your emotional labor as well. Setting boundaries with these individuals is crucial. While it may feel unnatural or selfish at first, protecting your emotional and financial well-being is necessary for personal growth. By learning to say no firmly and without apology, you reclaim your right to your own success. The fear of disappointing family members can be overwhelming, but true self-respect lies in knowing when to protect your personal space from those who take without giving. Number 3. The invader. When boundaries are ignored, boundaries are essential to healthy relationships. They allow us to maintain our individuality, emotional health, and personal space. Yet, there are family members who simply do not believe in boundaries. These are the invaders, individuals who feel they have the right to intrude on every aspect of your life. Whether it's your career, your marriage, or your private thoughts, nothing is off limits to their intrusion. The invader often presents their interference as concern or love. They will say, "I'm just trying to help," or "I'm doing this for your own good," as they cross lines and push past your comfort zones. However, their relentless need to insert themselves into your affairs can create immense stress and tension. One of the most common examples of invader behavior is seen in in-law dynamics, where parents or other relatives impose their opinions on how a couple should manage their relationship. They may offer unsolicited advice on how to raise children, manage finances, or even suggest when a couple should consider divorce. This meddling can erode trust and autonomy in the relationship, leading to resentment and conflict. Learning to enforce boundaries with invaders is difficult but necessary. This may require difficult conversations and even a temporary distancing, especially if they refuse to respect the boundaries you set. However, enforcing these limits is an act of self-respect and a vital step toward building healthy, independent relationships that are free from outside manipulation. Number 4. The guilt tripper. Masters of emotional manipulation. Guilt is a powerful emotion, and when wielded as a weapon, it can be incredibly destructive. The guilt tripper is a family member who uses guilt as a primary tool for control. They are experts at making you feel responsible for their happiness, often laying blame for their dissatisfaction, loneliness, or struggles squarely on your shoulders. These family members often say things like, "After everything I've done for you, this is how you repay me," or "I've sacrificed so much, and you can't even do this one thing for me." Such statements are carefully crafted to make you feel ungrateful, ashamed, and obligated to meet their demands. Guilt tripping can be subtle, but over time, it can erode your self-worth. You begin to question whether your decisions are truly your own, or whether you're constantly living in reaction to the guilt that has been placed on you. This dynamic is especially common between parents and children, where the parent uses guilt to maintain control, often well into the child's adulthood. The antidote to guilt tripping lies in self-awareness. Recognize when you are being manipulated, and remember that you are not responsible for someone else's happiness. Emotional manipulation can only succeed if we allow it to take root in our minds. By learning to detach from the guilt and maintaining a firm sense of self, we can resist the emotional blackmail that guilt trippers rely on. Number 5. The sacrificial lamb, the unseen strings of generosity. In every family, there are individuals who have made sacrifices for others. Whether it's financial support, emotional care, or time, these acts of generosity are often celebrated as expressions of love. However, in some cases, these sacrifices come with unseen strings attached. The sacrificial lamb is a family member who believes that because they have done something for you in the past, you owe them for life. This dynamic can be particularly toxic because it creates an unspoken contract of obligation. The family member may have helped you in a time of need, but instead of their generosity being an act of kindness, it becomes a tool for control. They may frequently remind you of their past sacrifices, subtly or overtly, implying that you are indebted to them indefinitely. Parents can sometimes fall into this category, using their sacrifices during their children's upbringing as leverage to demand obedience or resources in the future. The sacrificial lamb's emotional currency is guilt, as they constantly remind you of how much they gave up for you, implying that your success or happiness is only possible because of their actions. Breaking free from this sense of obligation requires a shift in perspective. Acts of kindness should never come with an expectation of repayment. Love, by its nature, is freely given, not traded. When a family member weaponizes their past sacrifices, it's essential to remind yourself that true generosity is unconditional. You do not owe someone your life because they once helped you. Setting emotional boundaries around this narrative allows you to reclaim your independence and reject the notion that you are forever in debt to their past actions. Number 6. The toxic relative, emotional vampires in disguise. Toxic relatives are perhaps the most damaging of all family members because they have the power to poison not only your relationship with them, but also your sense of self. These are individuals who thrive on drama, negativity, and conflict, often leaving you emotionally drained and scarred after each interaction. Toxic relatives can come in many forms: the chronic complainer, the narcissist, the emotional manipulator, or even the passive-aggressive underminer. What makes toxic family members particularly difficult to deal with is their ability to mask their toxicity under the guise of concern or love. They might criticize your life choices for your own good, or create chaos in the family, only to claim they are trying to keep everyone together. Their manipulation often leaves you doubting yourself as they twist reality to suit their narrative. The lasting effects of toxic relatives can be profound. After years of exposure to their negativity, you might struggle with self-esteem, find it difficult to maintain healthy relationships, or even internalize their harmful behaviors. Emotional scars left by toxic relatives can linger long after you've distanced yourself from them. Healing from the damage caused by toxic family members requires a deliberate process of self-care and emotional detachment. It may involve therapy, journaling, or spending time with people who nurture and uplift you. The most important step, however, is recognizing that you have the power to walk away. Cutting ties or limiting contact with toxic relatives is not an act of cruelty, but of self-preservation. You deserve peace, and sometimes that peace can only be found by distancing yourself from those who thrive on chaos. Number 7. The aggressive member. Anger as a weapon. In every family, conflict is inevitable. However, when conflict turns into aggression, whether verbal or physical, the family dynamic becomes toxic. The aggressive family member uses anger as a tool to dominate and intimidate, creating an atmosphere of fear and anxiety. They might have explosive tempers, lashing out at others without warning. In some cases, their aggression may be subtle, manifesting in sharp words, cold stares, or passive-aggressive remarks that leave you on edge. Dealing with aggressive family members is particularly challenging because their behavior is unpredictable. You might feel like you are walking on eggshells, constantly trying to avoid triggering their anger. This can lead to feelings of helplessness, as you find yourself trapped in a cycle of appeasement, always trying to keep the peace. Recognizing that you cannot change another person is key when dealing with aggressive family members. Their anger is their responsibility, not yours. Setting boundaries and limiting contact can help protect your emotional and physical well-being. If their behavior escalates to physical violence, it is crucial to seek support from professionals, whether it's a counselor, social worker, or legal authority. Protecting yourself and your family should always be your top priority. Family is often seen as the cornerstone of our lives, providing us with the foundation for growth, love, and understanding. However, not all family relationships are nurturing. Some can be deeply harmful, eroding our sense of self and leaving us emotionally scarred. Recognizing the signs of toxic family members, whether they are helicopter controllers, entitled takers, invaders, guilt trippers, sacrificial manipulators, emotional vampires, or aggressive bullies, is the first step toward reclaiming your power. Healing from the damage caused by toxic family members takes time, but it begins with the recognition that you are worthy of love, respect, and independence. By setting boundaries, seeking support, and distancing yourself from harmful relationships, you create space for personal growth and peace. Ultimately, family is not defined by blood alone, but by the people who genuinely care for your well-being, nurture your spirit, and support your journey toward becoming your true self. If this message resonates with you and you're seeking more guidance on spiritual growth and inner healing, make sure to subscribe to our channel. Together, we can continue exploring the wisdom to find peace and live authentically. Have you ever considered how much we communicate with our hands? From waving to a friend to the firm grip of a handshake, our hands speak volumes without words. But what if I told you that beyond these everyday gestures lies a vast well of psychic energy, waiting to be activated? Across cultures and traditions, hands have always been seen as more than just tools for physical work. They are conduits of a deeper, invisible power, the power to heal, to balance, and to transform. In this exploration, we will dive into the hidden psychic abilities of your hands, their connection to universal energies, and practical ways you can unlock their healing potential. By the end of this journey, you will not only understand the deeper nature of your hands, but also gain practical exercises to channel their energy for healing yourself and others. This is a journey of both discovery and empowerment, one that reveals the profound connections between mind, body, spirit, and the energy that flows through them all. All of nature follows a specific design, an ancient and sacred geometry that manifests in everything around us, from the spiraling galaxies in the cosmos to the unfolding petals of a rose. This design is known as the golden ratio, a mathematical proportion approximately equal to 1.618. The fascinating thing about this ratio is that it can be found not only in the shapes and structures of the natural world, but also within our very own anatomy. Look at your hand, for example. If you measure the segments of your fingers, you'll find that each section is about 1.618 times longer than the previous one. This isn't a coincidence. It's a reflection of a universal order, an intricate pattern that governs all life forms. The reason this ratio is so prevalent in nature is because it allows energy to flow smoothly and harmoniously across different dimensions. From the smallest atoms to the largest planets, this ratio creates a space for energy to circulate, to balance, and to sustain life. This natural pattern, known as the divine proportion, isn't just about aesthetics or mathematical beauty. It's a functional code for the flow of energy. In your hands, the very structure of your bones, joints, and muscles follows this sacred pattern, allowing your hands to be natural conduits of energy. Whether you are conscious of it or not, every time you move your hands, you're interacting with energy fields around you. This brings us to an essential question: how can we consciously harness this energy for healing and transformation? To understand the full psychic potential of our hands, we must explore the nature of energy fields. Though invisible to the naked eye, these fields have been studied by some of the greatest minds in history, including Albert Einstein and the French mathematician Élie Cartan. Together, they developed what is known as the Einstein-Cartan theory, which explores how torsion fields, subtle, twisting fields of energy, can influence and interact with matter. Torsion fields are believed to be present around any object with certain geometric properties, such as the golden ratio. In essence, these fields create a subtle electromagnetic interaction with the surrounding environment, including our bodies. This interaction may explain why we sometimes feel sensations or vibes from people or places, even if we cannot see anything physically present. It may also explain certain paranormal phenomena, such as ghost sightings or energy sensations, that science has yet to fully explain. When you move your hands, which are shaped according to the golden ratio, you generate a balancing effect in the surrounding torsion fields. Simply moving your hands near someone, or even over your own body without touching it, can help harmonize energy, creating a subtle yet profound healing effect. This isn't magic. It's a reflection of how our hands, through their very design, interact with the natural forces that permeate the universe. Many spiritual traditions recognize the hands as powerful centers of energy. In Hinduism, Ayurveda, and pranic healing, the hands are used to scan, cleanse, and direct energy to areas of imbalance in the body. Prana, or life force energy, is channeled through the hands to activate healing and restore balance. Similarly, in Chinese practices like Tai Chi and Qigong, precise hand movements are used to circulate and harmonize energy through the body's meridian system. This ancient knowledge reflects a profound truth. Our hands are intimately connected to our energy centers, or chakras. The palm of the hand in particular is a powerful area where our energy points are reflected. According to energy healing practices, the left hand is receptive, receiving energy from the environment, while the right hand is projective, giving energy out into the world. This dynamic flow of energy through the hands is central to many healing techniques, including Reiki, where practitioners channel healing energy into a person's energy field without even needing to touch the physical body. Consider for a moment the times you've instinctively placed your hand on a sore spot, whether it's a headache or a stomach ache. This natural response is more than just a reflex. It's an ancient, intuitive understanding of how to use your hands to direct healing energy. With focused intention and awareness, this simple act can become a profound tool for healing. Recent scientific studies have begun to shed light on how nonverbal communication, particularly through touch and gesture, can significantly affect our mental and physical well-being. Numerous studies show that nonverbal signals, including hand gestures, impact us far more than spoken words. This is because gestures are often more congruent with our emotions and intentions than verbal communication. When the two are in conflict, we naturally trust the non-verbal cues more. But beyond communication, there is mounting evidence that touch itself has healing properties. When you place your hand over an area of pain, the body responds by activating its natural healing mechanisms. Nerve endings in the skin detect this touch, sending signals to the brain that trigger the release of healing hormones such as oxytocin, often referred to as the love hormone. This process demonstrates how intimately connected our minds and bodies are, and how touch can serve as a bridge between the two. In Ayurvedic practices, the hands are believed to contain numerous energy centers called mama points. These points regulate the flow of prana, the life force energy, throughout the body. By gently stimulating these points through touch, practitioners can restore balance to the body's energy system and promote healing on both a physical and emotional level. While the physical movements of our hands play an important role in energy healing, there is an even deeper layer to explore: intention. In spiritual and energy healing traditions, intention is everything. The energy we channel through our hands is deeply influenced by our thoughts, emotions, and awareness. To unlock the full psychic potential of your hands, you need to combine mental energy, emotional energy, and focused awareness. The first step is to set a clear and focused intention. Whether you are healing yourself or another person, your mind must be fully committed to the purpose. You might say to yourself, "I am going to heal with my hands." This mental affirmation serves as a blueprint for the energy you are about to channel. The second step is to engage your emotions. Healing is not just a mechanical process, it's an emotional one. As you prepare to channel energy, allow yourself to feel deeply the emotions of love, compassion, and healing. These emotions act as fuel for the energy you will direct through your hands. Finally, the third and most crucial element is awareness. You must be fully present in the moment, conscious of every movement, every sensation. As you move your hands, whether over yourself or another, feel the energy flowing through them. Be aware of the subtle shifts in the body and the environment around you. This heightened state of awareness amplifies the healing process, making your hands powerful instruments of transformation. Now that we've explored the theory behind the psychic power of hands, let's move on to practical exercises you can use to awaken this energy and put it into practice. Exercise 1. The energy circuit, uniting heart and mind. Begin by placing your hands together in front of your chest, at the height of your heart center. This position, often seen in religious practices such as prayer, is more than a gesture of humility or devotion. It creates an energy circuit, connecting the left and right sides of your brain, which govern logic and creativity. By bringing your hands together, you integrate these two aspects of yourself, generating a flow of mental energy through your hands. As you hold your hands together, focus on the present moment. Breathe deeply and feel the energy circulating between your palms. Stay in this position for at least 1 minute, fully aware of the sensations in your hands. This simple exercise helps to balance your internal energy and prepare your hands for healing work. Exercise 2. Rubbing the hands, activating the energy vortices. The next exercise involves rubbing your hands together to activate the energy vortices in your palms. This is a common technique used in energy healing practices to amplify the flow of energy. To begin, rub your hands together briskly for about 1 to 2 minutes, generating heat and friction. As you do this, imagine the energy in your body collecting in your hands, ready to be directed for healing. Once you've generated enough heat, stop and hold your hands a few inches apart. You should feel a subtle tingling sensation between your palms. This is the psychic energy building up. To test its power, try moving your hands closer together and then farther apart. Notice how the energy feels. It might be warm, magnetic, or even pulsating. This exercise is a powerful way to activate the psychic potential in your hands. Exercise 3. Ethereal massage, healing without touch. For this exercise, you will practice the art of healing without physical contact. This technique is similar to a massage, but is performed by moving your hands a few inches above the area that needs healing. Begin by rubbing your hands together to activate the energy vortices, as in the previous exercise. Then, place your hands over the area you wish to heal, whether it's your own body or someone else's. As you move your hands slowly in a clockwise direction, focus on the energy flowing from your hands into the area you are working on. Imagine this energy harmonizing and balancing the body's energy field. If you're healing a headache, for example, gently move your hands in circular motions above the person's head, visualizing the energy clearing away tension and restoring balance. Continue this for about 5 minutes. Then ask the person how they feel. Many people report feeling immediate relief from pain or tension after just a few minutes of this ethereal massage. Exercise 4. Psychometry, seeing with your hands. In this advanced exercise, you will practice psychometry, the ability to gain information about an object, place, or person through touch or proximity. This exercise trains you to see with your hands by sensing the subtle energy fields around an object. To begin, find an object you are unfamiliar with or ask someone to hide an object from you. Close your eyes or use a blindfold for better results. Hold your hands over the object without touching it. Stay fully focused on the present moment and be open to any impressions that come to you. These might include subtle sensations of texture, temperature, or even colors and shapes. Over time, you'll begin to develop a heightened sensitivity to the energy fields around objects, allowing you to sense information that is not immediately visible to the physical eye. Your hands hold an incredible potential, not just for physical tasks, but as powerful instruments for healing and transformation. By understanding the deeper geometry of life, the subtle energy fields that surround us, and the science behind touch, you can begin to awaken the psychic power of your hands. Whether you are healing yourself, helping a loved one, or simply exploring the vast possibilities of energy work, the key lies in combining intention, emotion, and awareness. As you practice these techniques, remember that healing is not just about fixing physical ailments. It's about balancing energy, restoring harmony, and reconnecting with your inner self. In this way, healing becomes a journey of self-discovery, a path that leads not only to physical health, but to spiritual awakening and deeper understanding of the universe. Thank you for joining me on this exploration of the hidden power in your hands. I invite you to continue practicing, experimenting, and unlocking the full potential of your hands as tools of healing, creation, and transformation. If you enjoyed this journey and want to explore even deeper mysteries, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. By subscribing, you'll stay connected and be the first to receive new insights and practices that will support you on your spiritual path. Let's continue this transformative journey together.
Welcome, dear soul. You may not know it yet, but the very fact that you found yourself here, in this moment, reading these words, is no accident. This moment has been crafted by forces beyond your understanding, leading you to this precise point in time. There are no coincidences, only divine alignment. Everything in your life, every experience, every challenge, every joy has been preparing you for this moment of awakening. What you are about to hear may surprise you, even challenge the way you view your life and the world around you. But know this, these words have found their way to you for a reason, and that reason is far greater than you can imagine. You are ready for something bigger. The universe has been quietly guiding you, shifting events, placing signs along your path, all leading you to this very message. And now, you stand at the threshold of a profound revelation. If you've made it this far, know that you are not like everyone else. You are among the chosen ones, those who are ready to embrace their higher calling. But how do you know if you are truly chosen? The answer lies deep within your heart. As you continue reading, if you feel a deep resonance, an unshakable knowing that this message is for you, then trust that feeling. Your soul has already decided to stay and listen because it knows that you are ready to receive this message. Not everyone is prepared to hear the truth. Some may turn away, too consumed by the noise of the world, unable to see beyond the illusions. And that's okay. We all awaken in our own time. But if you're still here, it means that you have been chosen to embark on this journey with me. Together, we will decode the mysteries of the cosmos and unlock the deeper truths hidden within your very being. Now, before we continue, I want to ask you for a sign of commitment. If you're truly ready to embrace your role as a chosen one, type 777 in the comments below. This is your way of signaling to the universe that you are open, receptive, and ready to receive the full power of this message. As you do, feel the energy shift within you. Allow these words to sink deep into your soul and vibrate with the angelic frequencies that are present here. Play this video or read these words again and again, for repetition is a powerful tool. Let them echo within you until they become a part of your very essence. Give them time to settle in your heart and your mind, and you will soon begin to see the world in a new light. Have you ever felt that life was speaking to you? That the universe was whispering in your ear, sending you signs and signals, gently nudging you in a specific direction? Perhaps you've noticed recurring numbers like 444 or 222. These are not mere coincidences. These are divine messages sent from the universe, urging you to pay attention. The universe speaks to us in many ways, often in the form of synchronicities, those seemingly random moments that align so perfectly they cannot be chance. Maybe you've met someone at just the right time, or a book fell off the shelf in front of you that contained exactly what you needed to hear. These synchronicities are not accidents. They are cosmic breadcrumbs, carefully placed along your path to guide you toward your higher purpose. If you reflect on your life, you may begin to see a pattern. Certain themes, symbols, and experiences have been repeating themselves, urging you to wake up and see the bigger picture. These are the whispers of the universe, and now they are growing louder. It's time to listen. You are being guided towards something extraordinary, a new chapter of your life that is about to unfold. As you read this, take a moment to reflect on the synchronicities that have appeared in your life recently. What messages have been sent your way? What doors have been opening? Trust that these experiences are not random. They are the universe's way of leading you to your destiny. Have you felt a deep, unshakable sense that something is about to change in your life? Perhaps you've sensed a shift in the energy around you, a growing feeling of anticipation, like you're on the verge of something significant. This feeling is not your imagination. It is the universe preparing you for your awakening. You are entering a new phase of consciousness, one that will lift the veil of illusion and allow you to see the world with new clarity. This process of awakening often begins with discomfort, as your old ways of thinking and being are challenged. You may feel a sense of disconnection from those around you, as though you no longer fit into the world you once knew. But know this. This is a sign that you are evolving. The society we live in often pressures us to conform, to suppress our uniqueness and blend into the crowd. But deep within you, there has always been a voice, a quiet but persistent voice that has urged you to break free from these constraints. That voice is the divine within you, and it is now growing louder, calling you to step into your true power. This process may not always be easy. There will be moments of doubt and confusion, times when you wonder if you're truly on the right path. But the universe is no longer whispering to you. It is shouting your name. The signs around you are intensifying, urging you to pay attention. Do not dismiss these feelings. They are confirmation that you are on the verge of something truly transformative. Perhaps you've already begun to make changes in your life, letting go of toxic relationships, shedding old habits, or clearing out mental clutter. These shifts are necessary. You are creating space for the new, for the opportunities and experiences that will align with your higher self. Trust that the universe is preparing you for a leap forward. It's a beautiful, often painful process of letting go of the old and welcoming the new. Have you ever felt that the universe wasn't listening to your desires? That no matter how hard you tried, things just weren't falling into place? It's easy to feel stuck when our goals seem out of reach, but trust me when I say this, everything is happening according to divine timing. The universe operates on a timeline far more perfect than our human minds can comprehend. Your ego may crave control. It may yearn for predictability and immediate results, but true spiritual growth requires patience. Every delay, every setback, is serving a greater purpose in your journey. It is aligning you with the right people, the right circumstances, and the right opportunities that will ultimately lead you to your destiny. Think back to those moments when you felt like nothing was happening, like your life was stagnant. Days, weeks, or even months may have passed without any clear progress, and you may have wondered if the universe had forgotten about you. It's natural to feel frustrated during those periods of stillness. But now, with the benefit of hindsight, can you see how those delays were actually preparing you for something greater? Often, it's in those quiet moments of waiting that the most important work is being done, on a soul level, beneath the surface. The universe uses this time to align the right people, opportunities, and circumstances in ways that may not yet be visible to you. Sometimes we need those moments of stillness to reflect, to heal, or to gather the strength we need for the next phase of our journey. Think of it as a seed planted in the earth. Even though you can't see it growing, it's quietly taking root, preparing to sprout when the time is right. The universe always knows what you need before you even ask. Maybe you were meant to experience a period of stagnation to learn patience or to develop resilience. Perhaps the delay gave you time to discover something about yourself that you wouldn't have learned otherwise. Often, when we look back, we realize that the very things we thought were holding us back were actually creating space for something even better than we could have imagined. The timing may not be what you expected, but it is always perfect. The universe operates on its own divine timeline, which often doesn't align with our human desires for instant results. But trust that everything is unfolding exactly as it should. When things finally shift, you'll realize that the waiting wasn't wasted time. It was essential preparation. Every delay, every obstacle, every pause has been part of the process of shaping you into the person you need to become in order to receive the blessings that are coming your way. Your journey is unique, and the obstacles you faced were not random. They were lessons. Each one designed to help you grow, to push you toward greater self-awareness and deeper alignment with your true purpose. Every experience, whether joyful or painful, has shaped you into the person you are today. We live in a world that glorifies control. We are taught from a young age that we must plan, predict, and control every aspect of our lives to ensure success. But the truth is, the more we try to control, the more resistance we create. Surrender is not about giving up. It's about letting go of the need to control every outcome and trusting that the universe is guiding you exactly where you need to go. Imagine swimming in a river. When you fight the current, when you try to swim upstream, it becomes exhausting. But when you surrender to the flow, you are carried effortlessly to your destination. This is the essence of surrender, allowing life to unfold naturally, without resistance. The act of surrender requires faith. It requires you to release the need for certainty and embrace the unknown. Certainty is an illusion. Life is inherently unpredictable, and attempting to control every twist and turn only leads to frustration and anxiety. By surrendering, you open yourself up to the infinite possibilities that the universe has to offer. Surrender does not mean giving up or becoming passive. It's not about accepting defeat, but rather about letting go of the need to control outcomes. It's about trusting that the universe has a bigger plan in motion, one that might be far greater than anything you could plan for yourself. When you cling too tightly to your own expectations or insist that things must happen in a specific way, you limit the universe's ability to work its magic in your life. Surrendering allows space for the unexpected, for miracles, and for new paths to open that you hadn't even considered. Surrendering also requires trust. Trust in yourself, in the process, and in the universe. It's believing that even though you may not have all the answers right now, they will reveal themselves at the right time. It's knowing that you are supported, even in the moments when you feel lost or unsure. The universe is always working behind the scenes, orchestrating events and aligning opportunities in ways that you may not immediately understand. But with time, you'll see how everything was unfolding perfectly. In this space of surrender, you allow yourself to be led by your intuition. You start to listen to the subtle signs and signals that the universe sends your way. Rather than forcing things to happen, you begin to recognize when it's time to act and when it's time to wait. Surrendering doesn't mean you stop pursuing your goals. It means you approach them with an open heart and a flexible mindset, allowing for divine timing and guidance to play their part. Surrendering also means letting go of attachments. We often become so attached to specific outcomes, to certain people or situations, that we close ourselves off to the flow of life. But when you release these attachments, when you let go of the need to control how things should unfold, you create space for new opportunities to flow into your life. Trust that the universe knows what is best for you, even when it doesn't align with your expectations. This doesn't mean you sit back and do nothing. Surrendering is an active process. It involves inspired action, action that is guided by intuition rather than fear or control. Pay attention to the signs around you, follow your inner guidance, and take steps toward your goals without clinging to how you think things should unfold. When you do this, you will find that life becomes more effortless, more joyful, and more aligned with your true essence. In a world that values instant gratification, the lesson of patience can be a difficult one to embrace. But for those chosen to embark on a spiritual journey, patience holds immense power. The period of waiting is not a denial of your desires, but a necessary phase of growth and preparation. During this time, the universe is aligning everything in your favor, ensuring that you are vibrationally ready for the blessings about to come. Have you ever planted a seed and expected it to sprout overnight? Of course not. You understand that growth takes time. The same principle applies to your dreams and aspirations. Just because you cannot see the results yet does not mean they aren't happening. The universe is working behind the scenes, nurturing your desires, preparing them to bloom at the right moment. Surrendering to divine timing means letting go of the need for control and focusing on what you can influence: your thoughts, your feelings, and your actions. By raising your vibration and aligning yourself with trust, you open the door for the universe to deliver what is meant for you. Your thoughts, feelings, and actions are powerful tools that shape your reality. When you fill your mind with positivity, gratitude, and faith, you elevate your vibration, which in turn attracts experiences, people, and opportunities that resonate with this higher frequency. This is the energy that the universe responds to. The more you align yourself with trust, the more you signal to the universe that you are ready to receive what is meant for you. It's important to recognize that surrendering to divine timing doesn't mean abandoning your dreams or aspirations. It means approaching them with patience and trust, knowing that the universe is orchestrating everything behind the scenes to bring you exactly what you need when the time is right. Often, what we perceive as delays are actually moments of preparation, opportunities for growth and reflection that help us become the person who can fully embrace the blessings to come. In these moments of waiting, it's crucial to focus on what you can do. You can cultivate self-awareness, nurture your well-being, and take inspired action when the time feels right. You can continue to work on yourself, clearing away any fears, doubts, or limiting beliefs that may be holding you back from fully stepping into the life that's waiting for you. This inner work is a form of surrender. It's trusting that the universe is taking care of the how while you focus on preparing yourself to receive. Too often, we are conditioned to believe that power is something external, something we must seek, earn, or prove. But the truth is, true power resides within you. You are not a victim of circumstance. You are the creator of your reality. Your reality is a reflection of your thoughts, emotions, and energy. When you awaken to this truth, you will recognize the immense power you hold. You have the ability to manifest extraordinary changes in your life by consciously choosing the energy you project into the world. Choose to exude positivity, love, and compassion. What you give out will inevitably return to you. By embracing your inner power, you become a magnet for the experiences and opportunities that align with your true essence. You are the chosen one, and the universe is waiting for you to step into your brilliance. As you begin to cultivate this inner power, you will notice a shift in your energy. Challenges that once seemed insurmountable will lose their power over you. You will find that everything flows more harmoniously when you align with the universe, and you will no longer need to chase after what is meant for you. A life infused with purpose and passion is one of the greatest gifts you can give yourself. When you align your actions with your core values and passions, you ignite a sense of fulfillment that permeates every aspect of your existence. To create such a life requires introspection, courage, and the willingness to explore what truly lights you up. Begin by reflecting on the activities, experiences, and causes that resonate with you deeply. What brings you joy? What issues ignite a fire within you? These reflections are key to uncovering your passions. As you explore these questions, allow yourself to dream big. Envision a life where you actively engage in what you love, where each day feels like a step toward your purpose. This vision serves as a beacon, guiding your actions and decisions. Once you've identified your passions, it's time to take inspired action. This may involve setting specific goals, seeking new experiences, or surrounding yourself with like-minded individuals who inspire you. Each small step you take contributes to the larger picture of your life, gradually aligning you with your purpose. Remember, the journey is just as important as the destination. Celebrate your progress and remain open to the lessons that arise along the way. As we come to the end of this message, I want to remind you that your journey is unique and divinely guided. Trust that you are exactly where you need to be. Every experience, every challenge, every joy has led you to this moment, and the best is yet to come. Repeat this affirmation as you move forward. I am aligned with the universe, and I trust my journey. Let these words become a mantra that guides you through the ups and downs of life. Trust that the universe is conspiring in your favor, that every step you take is leading you closer to your highest potential. You are the chosen one, and the universe is cheering you on every step of the way. Embrace your power, trust in divine timing, and know that you are destined for greatness. The path may not always be easy, but it will always be worth it. In this journey of life, we are all guided by forces greater than ourselves. The universe whispers to us, sending signs, synchronicities, and experiences that nudge us toward our higher calling. The key to unlocking our true potential lies in listening to these whispers, trusting in divine timing, and surrendering to the flow of life. You are not here by accident. You have been chosen to awaken, to step into your true power, and to embrace the life you were always meant to lead. The universe is on your side, guiding you every step of the way. Trust in the process, follow the signs, and know that you are exactly where you need to be. Remember, you are the creator of your reality. Every thought, every emotion, every action carries weight. Choose love, choose compassion, and choose to shine your light brightly in a world that desperately needs it. The universe is waiting for you to step into your brilliance. The time is now. Embrace your journey, for the best is yet to come. Trust that you are on the path to something extraordinary, and as you continue to follow the signs, you will see how the universe is guiding you every step of the way. Thank you for being here, for opening your heart and mind to this message. Your presence is a gift, and I am grateful to be a part of your spiritual journey. If this message has resonated with you, I invite you to subscribe to the channel so we can continue walking this path together. By subscribing, you will ensure that you receive more insights, guidance, and encouragement as we explore the mysteries of the universe and unlock your highest potential. Remember, the universe is cheering you on, always. Stay connected, stay open, and let your light shine. The best is truly yet to come.